come to you now with revelations about last week's attack in London. An anonymous source provided this video.
Spider-Man's name is Peter Parker.
A psychopath wielding powers he has no right to possess.
Some dirt in your
Stay
eye.
with me, stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Come on, Spider-Man. Come on, Spider-Man. Come on, Spider-Man.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to MediaMelt, the show where we talk about the media that's supposed to melt our minds, or in the very least, tries to. I'm, of course, your host, Dylan Strickland, and today, let's talk about Marvel's and Sony Pictures Studios' Spider-Man No Way Home. I almost forgot the name of it. Joining me is local trash bag, Tanner Pieper. How are you doing, Tanner? Glad to have you back.
I'm doing good.
So quiet. And
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Good to have you back, Tanner, after a long hiatus. Also here is Aidan. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing
Good to be
good.
back down.
Is he lagging? What the fuck is going on?
I think he's doing it on purpose. Yeah, we used to do this shit every time I have him on. I'm just gonna give you guys a breakdown of how the show is going to go today. We are going to talk about Homecoming and Far From Home before we talk about No Way Home, but they will all be timestamped in the description, so you can skip around to the part you want to, which I'm guessing will probably be No Way Home. Also want to remind you guys, we are on your podcasting app of choice, and don't forget to like and subscribe. But let's start with Aidan. Just give us a brief overview of what you thought of the two previous, clearly, because the two previous series of films relating to Spider-Man, and then let me know what you think about Homecoming.
What?
Did you like the Tobey movies? Yes or no?
Okay. So fucking confused. I'm not a big fan of the Raimi trilogy. I think it's pretty cheesy and pretty fucking terribly written. Like for the scriptwriters, I think some of the actors. Okay, fine. What?
We're not talking about those
Seems right.
movies. Just give a brief overview. Did you like the Andrew?
What do you
one?
want from me?
Did you like the Andrew? I just wanted to give context to your Spider-Man opinions. We're mostly talking about Homecoming and Far From Home, but I just wanted you to say if you liked it, yes or no. Like, where are you coming from?
Spider-Man Homecoming is, I think, I think it's a good, solid Spider-Man movie, but I think it is the worst movie in this trilogy. I think that's not saying it's a bad movie at all. Midcoming, it is kind of it's middle ground. It's not terrible, but it also is good. I think Vulture is a strong enemy. I think Mike Keaton does a good job, and I think it's entertaining throughout. I don't think it loses entertainment.
Okay, bro. Thank you.
Oh, it's been a while since I've been on one of these.
Tanner, what do you think about the Raimi trilogy? What do you think about the Andrew 2 movies? And what are your thoughts on Homecoming?
Yes or no only, Tanner. Yes or no. Don't give your actual opinion.
No, Tanner, please, your in-depth thoughts on the Raimi trilogy.
Oh shit.
I brought the Joker on.
The Raimi trilogy. Childhood favorite. Loved it. Watched them all a million times. Andrew Garfield, 2012. First movie I bought on my Xbox One. Bought it, watched it, enjoyed it. Really liked it. Watched the second one. I was like, wow. And they didn't make any more. And I was like, okay. Because I kind of outgrown. I didn't care about him anymore. And then Homecoming was really good.
Why are you talking like that,
Bro gave his life story. What the fuck?
Thank you. That was pretty in-depth. That was better than Aidan did with the trilogy thing. What do you think about Homecoming?
I thought it was good. I liked it. I thought it was upbeat and fun, and I really liked Michael Keaton as the Vulture. It was just entertaining.
It never stopped being entertainment.
You just copied me, bro. Said what?
It never
I
stopped
literally said
from
the
entertainment.
exact same thing.
Dude, Aidan, you've been frozen like that for a long time.
I want to make sure it wasn't just me. It was the man. You just look like
You're frozen looking up.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, back to seriousness. I think Homecoming is a really good start. I like that it doesn't recap all the like Uncle Ben stuff because we already know. We've already seen it two times. Oh, I don't like the Raimi trilogy really. And I like the first Andrew film, but I really don't like the second one. But yeah, no, I think Homecoming is really good. I think it holds up. I think the Vulture is like super menacing, and I like that he's kind of relatable. Like he works basically the grub jobs that nobody wants to, and you can kind of relate to that as a person who works like scrub jobs. Did you guys have any like specific moments or like things that stand out about Homecoming that you enjoy?
I do think that I like his suit in Homecoming better. Like I think than like especially than like every other Spider-Man suits too.
Really, you like the Stark suit the most?
Yeah, I think his suit in Spider-Man Homecoming looks really clean.
What about you, Tanner?
I feel like I just really like Tom Holland in this movie, like as a person, like as Peter Parker.
Come on,
too,
Peter
'cause I
Parker.
feel like in Sam Raimi and Amazing Spider-Man, like I don't know, like they're cool, they're fun to watch as Spider-Man, but like Tom Holland's just fun to watch. Like I actually feel like bad for him, and I'm kind of like rooting for him to do something throughout the whole movie.
Are you talking about like that one scene where like the building fucking falls on him? Dude, that
Oh well,
shit's
yeah,
so
that
good.
too, but then just like I don't know, like he's kind of a loser, but not really.
He's a modern day like nerd. Like I feel like he's a real person.
Yeah.
And that's when I feel like a lot of like the Toby and Andrew stuff, maybe they're just not people that I would necessarily hang out with, but I also just feel like they're not. Why are you looking at me like that, Aiden?
Dude,
What?
I cannot stand how you look right now, Aiden.
I'm just listening.
Okay. Why do you look like you're about to pop a blood vessel?
Because the position I'm laying down in is kind of
Okay.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I feel like Tom is a very realistic, like accurate representation. I like how his friends like there's not necessarily like Flash Thompson is like a bully, but like bullies don't necessarily exist in that same context that they used to when the Toby movies came out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's just a dick that they're all friends with,
Yeah.
rather than like he's a bully. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know. I like the modern spin on. Does it bother you that they kind of brush over the Uncle Ben stuff?
No, I think we've seen it a lot. I was really hoping that they wouldn't, because I get it's a defining moment for Peter Parker and it's like everything. But I feel like it would have been a drag.
What about you, Tanner?
Yeah, I think it's cool, and I think it adds a bit of like mystery
Mm-hmm.
as to like why he's Spider-Man. You know,
I feel you, yeah.
like I think it's cool to just like wonder how it went down rather than see it again.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. Well, we've seen it so many, yeah. We've probably seen it so many times. Like they would just bring on another guy for him just to die again. I don't know. It just kind of felt like I don't know. There's only so many ways you can kill Uncle Ben. But is that all you guys would like to say about Homecoming? Do you want to move on to Far From Home?
I think so.
Okay. Thank you for the answer, Aiden. What are you guys dead or something? Like, what's going on? Or did you
I
guys...
said I think so.
I know. Why is nobody respond? Like, I feel like you guys are just like, is it too late for y'all?
I'm just thinking really hard about. I don't know what I like specifically about the movie. And I can't. I don't know.
Tanner's fucking having an existential crisis about it.
I know. Like, bro's talking like this, like really.
Did I like the movie?
Yeah. No, I think I love this Spider-Man's theme. It's like one of my favorite ones. It's not better than Danny Elfman's because that Tobey Maguire score is just like that's unbeatable, dude. Like I don't know how you're gonna beat that score. That's Tom's.
That's
Yeah, that's what you were talking about, Tom's, weren't you?
Saying the Toby one's like the best one.
yeah.
I really like Tom's, but I think Toby's is the best one.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, let's move into Far From Home if you guys don't have anything else to add about Homecoming. Tanner, what are your thoughts on Far From Home, man?
I really liked it when it first came out. I watched it in the movie theaters the day it came out, and I really liked it. I
Yeah.
liked the whole like side romance plot, and I liked the main plot of him and Mysterio. And I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was really like cool and charismatic, and it was kind of like Robert Downey Jr. Like
hmm
I don't know, that like confident. I don't know.
So, was that like the main attraction for you, or like you really like the villain the most?
Yeah, it just really felt the most like Tom's movie.
Okay.
He was
Yeah.
just like Spider-Man rather than him being like an Avengers Spider-Man. Like this movie felt the most that he was just like.
Oh, like he had no
Beat
crutch.
Spider-Man.
Like with like because the way that Iron Man's in Homecoming.
Yeah, and there's a lot of effect like of Iron Man in this movie, but like it was mainly about how Tom was dealing with it. Like it didn't really
hmm
like this whole movie was from Tom's perspective, really.
Yeah, it makes me wonder. Mild spoilers for No Way Home, but it makes me wonder if now we're gonna get a whole movie about Peter dealing with the grief that he feels about Aunt May.
That's minor spoilers, bro.
Yeah, minor
It's just like
spoilers.
it's just like because this entire movie is about like Iron Man, like oh I have to get over Iron Man's death and like get out of his shadow. But now that Aunt May's dead, I'm wondering if the next one's gonna be like, oh I have to get over Aunt May's death and like move on. But they're probably not going to do that because why would they? But Aiden, what do you think about Far From Home?
Illusions. Far From Home, I think is number 2.
That's good.
Definitely solid number 2. But
It
I
is
think
the-
Jake
it is the
Gyllenhaal
sequel. Yeah.
is. I think Jake Gyllenhaal is, I will say, the best villain out of the entire trilogy. I think
Taylor
he
Swift would
does
agree.
a great.
I think the Vulture's pretty good, man.
Would you say Tanner? I can barely hear you.
I think the Vulture's pretty good, man.
Oh yeah, Vulture's fucking awesome.
I know. I think Gyllenhaal got him beat with the Mysterio. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we see it in theaters together?
Yes, I saw it. Yeah, all three of us did see it.
Yeah, we all 3 saw this movie together. And I remember like when he's like doing that shit where he acts like say Nick Fury shoots him, and then it's still part of the illusion. I remember shitting myself in theaters because I was 100% convinced that they just took out Mysterio, and he like fooled the shit out of me. So
No, bro, that scene where they're in the fucking like the Mysterio illusion scene where he gets hit by a train. He's like,
Bro.
that shit is top tier, bro.
it's impeccable. Yeah, I really like that shit. I like that they do stuff like that in Tom's movies. They make a note to like be like, okay, this is like directly out of the comics. Like there's one moment that you can point out from each like piece of like Spider-Man comics, and you can be like, okay, like in Homecoming it would be where he lifts up the like building that falls on him. Like that's a famous comic panel. And this one it would be the entire sequence with Mysterio where they do like the globe and stuff like that. Like I feel like they really do that really well.
I also really liked it because I feel like in every other Spider-Man movie, you sort of always think that Spider-Man has a chance. And in that one scene with Mysterio, when he's like clowning the shit out of him, I was like, "There's no way Spider-Man's gonna beat this motherfucker." like he had like full control. It felt like over Spider-Man. I don't think that's something we've seen before. So that was an enjoyable watch for me.
Do y'all think y'all think either one of these two is better than, well, Tanner, you like the Raimi movies. Do you think either one of these two is better than the Raimi films?
I just don't think you can
They're both
compare
better.
them.
Oh,
You don't think you can compare them?
They're just not the same genre of movie, so it's like trying to compare like two different.
Spider-Man movie, not the same genre as
They're not
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
movie.
action films?
But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, Tom's is like teen comedy.
Tom's was yeah, like teen comedy. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
So
Okay. You could just be like, I like this one more.
um,
But I mean, if you can't compare them, I get that.
I think I have a better time watching Tom's movie.
But Toby has that place in your heart.
I think Toby is like watching like a play or something. Because it's not as fun to watch. Like nothing is cool happens. You know what I mean?
What are you saying?
How does that not make sense?
It's just like, bro.
How does that not
Nothing
make
cool
sense?
happens.
Toby's
Nothing
films are
cool
like a
happens.
play because like nothing like
Cool
cool
happens.
happens, but like
Shut the
and
fuck up.
and Tom's movies are like
Toby's-
a movie. Like
Toby's films are really good. Nothing cool happens. Okay, but Aiden, you think they're better?
I think they're both better than the Raimi trilogy.
What
Like
about
all of
Andrew?
I don't think they're better than the Amazing Spider-Man, but I do think they're both better than 2.
Well, I mean,
Wait, you
two's
think
like
the
at the
Amazing
bottom of the
Spider-Man is
list.
better than Tobey Maguire's and Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Yes.
Aiden is a Andrew. That's why. Well, you're
Wholeheartedly.
you're a Toby fanboy, and Aiden's a Andrew fanboy, and I'm a Tom
I'm not a
fanboy.
Tobey fanboy. I'm not like a anyone fanboy.
Tanner, you've been a
I'm a-
Toby defender ever since I met you,
And
bro.
a third party.
I'm not a Toby. I just defend Toby because you always hate on Toby. I like Tom.
No,
And
I
I
know
like
you like.
Andrew.
I'm not saying you. I don't think Aiden dislikes Tom. I'm just saying, is
But
Tom
I
your
like
favorite?
Tom and Andrew and Toby.
I dislike Toby.
Is Tom your favorite? No,
His
it's
movies
Toby,
are my
right?
favorite to watch.
Oh my god.
How would I ask, bro? Is Tom your favorite Spider-Man?
He's the most fun Spider-Man.
Man,
Tom's
man
movies
can't
are
betray
just
his nostalgia.
Tom's movies are just cool, bro. Like I don't know what the what to say. Okay. Let's move on. Did you guys have anything else you'd like to add about Far From Home? Are you ready to talk about No Way Home?
I like how
Um,
quickly they get over the events of Endgame.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest, that opening scene where they do like the school video and it's like, oh, like
shit's funny
haha,
as fuck.
and it's like, yeah, you're laughing at it. When I was watching that for the first time, I was like, Endgame like ruined my life. So like when I was watching that for the first time, I was like, isn't this a little bit too soon? Like I was like,
It's like a
it felt
9/11
so
joke.
it felt so jarring. I was like, what is this? Like, why is this? Why are they doing this?
In
Um,
the arms
but I kind of
of-
like it
Well,
now.
I
Now
think it was.
it's funny.
It's realistic. Like high schools would be doing that shit.
Oh, dude, I love the high school videos. I think it's like I wish they had some of that in No Way Home because the high school video things are so fucking funny.
Well, he's out of high school.
Is that what you're talking about, Tanner? Or
Mild
just
spoiler.
like they
What?
Tanner, is that what you're talking about? Like where they do the video thing at the beginning? Or are you talking about something else?
I mean, I don't think I wasn't talking about that, but I like that too. Yeah.
What were we talking about exactly?
What did I say again?
Dude, what
Oh
did
my
you say?
God.
Hold
It was
on.
like
I cannot
20
remember what
minutes
the
ago,
fuck you
though. I
said.
didn't even
You
know
like
you were still
how
talking about me.
you said you like how fast they moved on from his death, like the Avengers' death. And I was like, oh, with the school video, but that wasn't even what you were talking about at all,
Oh, well,
bro.
yeah, I guess, yeah, I guess I was talking about that. I guess that's the main thing that does it. My bad.
Are you zooted, bro?
Yeah, for real. Are you high as fuck right now?
Must be.
Yeah.
All right, let's move into everybody's new favorite movie.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the overall story of No Way Home. Start at the beginning. We'll get into spoilers as we go. We'll slowly get there, but as I'm talking about it, we will talk about what that scene entails, right? So the movie starts out, of course, with Peter on the run, and he kind of goes into his bedroom, and like everybody, it's like basically, what is it called, a cold opening, I think, or something like that, where like we're immediately into the action. I don't think cold opening is the right word, but you know what I'm saying. And we get into the apartment and like that whole altercation. How did you guys feel about like the opening of the movie picking up literally right where Far From Home left off?
I thought it was the only way they really could go. I thought it would have been weird had they like done like 3 months later or done a time skip or something like that. I thought it would have been weird and
Mm-hmm.
would have been like a cheapskate. So I'm glad they just continued off exactly where it left off.
Mm-hmm. Tanner?
Yeah, I liked it, and it was basically the same. It was basically what the trailer was like.
For this
beginning
one?
of the you remember like how the trailer was? Like that was basically all in the beginning of the movie.
Okay. I guess I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
And so I mean, yeah, I guess I just agree with Aidan. That's really like the only way they could go.
I thought, you know what, to be honest, I don't know why, but I kind of thought it was like weird. I was like, this is a weird way to start a film. And maybe that's just because
Really?
it's like, yeah, because it's like, I feel like we were at the climax of a movie. First of all, I think this movie has like a breakneck pace. Like this movie goes so fast. Like
You
there's, it
were
doesn't,
right about that. I agree about that. Yeah.
it doesn't lag at all. Like I feel like in Far From Home, like the first hour or so before you find out that Mysterio is like a bad guy, it's kind of slow. Like it's like, oh, okay, like we're like just getting all the
Well, that's
information
it.
we need.
I feel like that's why he wanted it to be though.
No, like I mean, I'm talking about like pacing. So I mean, maybe not, but I'm saying like it just, well, maybe you're right. I don't know. It's because like we're not really involved in who the villain is and stuff. And then, but in this movie, I feel like it never stops moving. Like you're constantly on the ride and constantly with them. And I kind of agree with you. Like it's the only way the movie could start, but it starts at like the climax, and then I feel like the rest of the movie is like climax, 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 and then like resolution. Does that make
You're saying
sense?
this is a bad thing? Are you not liking it?
No, I thought, well, I did think the opening was weird, but once it got like gets going, it's like, okay, I'm on board. Like once you hop on the train is moving without you, but once you hop on the train, you're there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys feel the same way, or do you guys feel differently? Like it was like,
I thought the pacing was good. I enjoyed the pacing. I think it is fast, like it is
yeah,
like shit after shit after shit, but I think everything that they threw at you, you could understand and we're like with it. I didn't
gotcha.
feel like it ever got too fast to get like super confusing, or like even if I looked away for a second, I'd be like, okay, I still know what's going on.
What about you, Tanner?
I thought the pacing was really fast. I think like every scene had something like new in it.
Mm.
So that's why it felt like it was going fast, because they just kept adding and adding and adding. And
Yeah, we
adding.
always got new information. I don't feel like it dragged at all.
Yeah, like the plot kind of like unfolded as it went. Like there wasn't like a one big plot and
Hmm.
then they solved it. Like the plot kind of unfolded. Like you didn't really know what they were gonna do,
Yeah, I get you. I feel you.
and you didn't even
And
really know what
then
the conflict was.
after the opening, Happy and May kind of figure out what's going on, and then everybody gets arrested, which was interesting. They take the Edith classes. I didn't notice that because I was wondering that during the whole movie. I was like, where did the Edith classes go from Far From Home? Why doesn't he just use those? But they're part of like the evidence case files that they take pictures of.
Yeah.
So they confiscate that, and then like they're talking to the cops, and they're basically like, we need a lawyer up. And the only thing that I needed this movie to do, they do it in that Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock is now officially in the MCU, and I literally couldn't be happier because this was all I wanted. Like everybody was talking about like Toby and Andrew, and I was like, bro, I really don't give a fuck about them as long as Charlie's in the movie, because like that Daredevil show is,
It's good, bro.
I think it's like one of the, if not the best things to come out of like the MCU/Marvel. But how did you guys feel about the reintroduction of Matt Murdock?
You think Daredevil's better than Endgame?
It's up there. Why are you looking at me like that?
Dude, Mid Devil.
You haven't.
I
What
thought
did
it
you
was a
think?
fun.
What did you think
Mid
about it?
Murdoch.
I thought it was like a fun, bro.
All right, Tanner, go ahead.
Now you can go.
Bro was talking before you, Aiden. What do you mean? Tanner
What do
was
you mean?
always talking before you. Tanner, what did you think?
I thought that it was a fun cameo, but then I thought maybe he would come back for like a little bit, but he was just there for that one scene and that was it. So I thought it was just kind of like,
Me too. I thought we'd get a post-credit scene or something, but Brett just entered and dipped.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Which
say
do you
let him
think?
do something cool? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did let him do the little like brick catch thing.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about like did you like were you okay with that though at the end of the day? Because like it's I guess it's not he's not really here for him, you know.
I feel like it kind of took me out of the movie a little bit.
Really that he didn't come back in any capacity.
Just that they were cramming so much into one movie.
Well, I thought if they were gonna bring him in to like talk to everybody, I was like, why wasn't there like a courtroom scene or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't we see the trial or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was also like, I was also just happy that he was there. Like, I was okay with him just being there. What did you think, Aiden?
I like the introduction. I thought this was a good route for him not to like fully include him. I did think he was going to get a post-credit scene or something along the lines of that, but I think they're not doing that because they have bigger plans for him, and they
Yeah.
don't. Because I feel like if he had a bigger role in this movie, then the surprise factor wouldn't be so good for when he quote unquote could get his own movie or.
Do you guys think they'll go movie or do you guys think they'll go TV show with him? Or do you think they'll go anything?
I hope they do a movie.
What about you, Tanner?
I have no idea, man. They might just bring him in for like one of their spin-off TV shows or movies they do. I don't think they're gonna do anything dedicated to him for at least a while though.
Interesting. Okay. And then we go into like from here, like there's the conversation with Happy and Zendaya and everything. And then we go into the scene at the diner where they're like trying to get their college acceptance letter. And all of Peter's friends essentially aren't getting into college. How did you guys feel about that? Do you think that was believable?
Yeah, that was fucking believable.
Tanner,
Did you want me to elaborate?
No, I mean we're just on a podcast. Like you can just say the bare minimum.
I thought it was believable because he is a very dangerous like hazard, like Spider-Man, especially if people know his identity, would bring a lot of trouble to a school.
Did you think so though? Because like, what if they just accepted everyone but him, and then no one is worried about it? Like, I was like, okay, well, why did they not accept them, but they accept like just don't accept Peter?
Well, still, because the fact that they're friends with Spider-Man means that the enemies will come after them to get to Spider-Man.
I guess. Tanner, how do you feel about it?
Okay. So
Bro, I was exhausted to answer every question. Okay.
All right. So
first of all, at the beginning of it, I felt like that was a weird conflict to focus on. First of all, I feel like they kind of brushed over the fact that Peter's identity got revealed. Like, I think that would have been cooler to explore. And besides, in like a fast montage of like the city hating him and bullying him for some reason.
I thought they did that with the whole like menace, and then they'd see like throwing the green glue and goo and everything with.
No, I'm saying I wish I would.
Just
No, I wish
do the
they wouldn't.
minor.
That was like really quick and weird. Like it didn't seem real, but then they were worried about their MIT acceptances. Like that was just a weird conflict to focus on right after.
I think they did it like that because like people being superheroes and their like identity being out in common place is like usually pretty typical in this world.
Yeah.
Like everyone knew Steve Rogers. They didn't necessarily know Captain America. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like secret identities aren't really a thing unless you're Spider-Man in this universe.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like it's been like a thing consistently throughout that like Peter Parker, the Spider-Man is like worried about Peter Parker and his Peter Parker life. So I didn't
Yeah.
think it was a really weird thing to focus on because I feel like he was worried about, going to the trip and getting, spending time with Liz in the first one, and the second one it was going to have a romantic date with MJ, going to do all this stuff like Peter Parker stuff. And in this one, it was him getting into MIT, going to his college with his friends. And, because I feel like he battles out through like having the focus between Peter Parker and Spider-Man throughout every movie, like Doctor Strange said,
Yeah. Yeah, but that's interesting that's how that's interesting. I kind of, I mean, it was pretty quick, but like I said, I don't know if, you may be right. I mean, that's kind of a big deal. Like he goes from like pop star to celebrity. You might be right a little bit, Tanner. Maybe they could have delved a little bit more into that. But then he goes into, this is when he decides to go and get Strange's help. And I'm glad they didn't do, like in the trailer, it seemed like Strange was just like, yeah, I'll just help you for no reason whatsoever. But in this, we find out, one, that Wong is Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
Totally fucking kudos in the trailer, dude. They totally misled us completely.
They did, because I was thinking like Doctor Strange is fucking Mephisto and shit. I was like, why would he ever let Peter do this? But they kind of give it like a loose explanation. And I was like, thank God. And I was like, bro, Wong being the Sorcerer Supreme means that he's definitely going to die in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, probably.
Because Doctor Strange has to be Sorcerer Supreme. So there's no way Wong's going to live.
Yeah.
Why does he have to be Sorcerer Supreme?
Because he is. Like he is. He always is in the comics.
Because an Asian character can't have that much power?
Oh my God.
Like, what are you trying to say here, bro?
Oh my God.
Why does he have to?
How did you guys feel
Need a
about
strong white
the whole
leader
scene
of
with
the
Peter
Sorcerer
getting
Supreme?
help from Doctor Strange and their chemistry? How did you guys feel about that? Do you have any thoughts?
I thought it was, I questioned why Doctor Strange would do that in the first place because it felt like he explained why, like Peter didn't even try at first, and then he just went to go to Doctor Strange to cast a spell on the entire world.
Are you talking about in the trailer or in the actual film?
In the film.
Oh, so you still felt it felt rushed, huh?
No, I didn't think it felt rushed.
Not rushed, but you said it felt kind of weird still, huh?
Yeah, it just felt like why was Doctor Strange doing it?
Yeah.
Like it felt like a pretty big deal to cast a spell on the entire world.
Yeah, he does kind of do it on the whole fucking world, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it's just like and like in the whim, because Peter's friends can't get into one specific college.
Bro's so casual about it too. He's like, yeah, I'll do it.
And it's literally the reason the conflict in this movie occurs. So it's
like, but after this Strange scene, I'm guessing you liked it, Aidan. But I'm not gonna ask you because you have that fucking tongue out. So after the strange scene.
No, let me go off. I thought their chemistry between it, I thought their chemistry into it was appropriate. I thought there was, like I said, it was extremely misleading in the trailer. Like Doctor Strange was just doing this shit just because he could, and he was like, "Fucking fuck it, I'll do it. I don't give a shit." But in the movie, I felt it was a lot like more smooth. Like I felt this was like
believable.
I felt in the trailer, I felt in the trailer, I'd be like, okay, that's sort of something Doctor Strange would do. But when I saw it in the movie, I was like, that's definitely something Doctor Strange would do.
Yeah, because they flipped it on.
So yeah, I thought their chemistry.
It was like about being like kind, rather like Doctor Strange was just being like, "Oh, I'll help you."
Yeah, like he was helping out a friend, like who he fucking saved the universe with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought their chemistry was good. I mean, I thought they both did their character well.
Yeah, and then after the Strange scene, then we get to the bridge scene with Doc Ock, because Peter goes there to get his MIT thing signed. Tanner, I'll start with you since you're a Raimi fanboy. How did it feel?
That's just not true.
What?
I liked it. I mean, I thought it was just.
What are you saying isn't true?
What?
Aidan just said that's just not true. What are you talking about?
It's the bridge scene, then he goes to Doctor Strange.
No. How would the bridge scene even happen? without him going to Doctor
You're an
Strange.
idiot.
You're an idiot.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever
Doc Ock comes out and then he asks Doctor Strange to do the spell.
heard.
Bro, Aidan, Aidan, your camera, Aidan, your camera froze on you making it like, like the troll face. Like you were like,
Is my shit freezing a lot?
yes. You have like fucking like 2 frames per second. Like Tanner, what did you think about the Doc Ock scene on the bridge?
Your face, bro. Get under the camera like that. It looks like you're falling into it.
Tanner, what do you think about the Doc Ock scene for real? God, I can't.
I liked it. I thought it was very coincidental that Doc Ock was right there when he was trying to get his MIT thing changed. And then, but I thought it was cool. I thought Doc Ock looked really cool.
How did you feel about like the implementation of the nanotech stuff? Did you feel like that made sense?
I was like, why would Doc Ock know what nanotech is? But
He mentions it in
The
the
Raimi
in the
movies?
second Raimi trilogy. He actually says something about nanotech.
he says nanotech.
He says nanotechnology. You know, like he's talking about like what they're innovating or something like that, and he's like nanotech.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, but for some reason he just says that. Like I was watching it the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this is odd that he knows what that is."
Wow, so it just connected on accident.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was, you know what I thought was weird? I was like, so when he gets the nanotech, why didn't like it like fix the chip thing?
Huh.
Because wouldn't it theoretically fix like the broken pieces of his armor? But I guess maybe the arms were telling. I don't know. It's fucking magic anyway. It's fucking magic.
No, I think that's different because I think the nanotech just took over the arms, not necessarily the neural interface. Until they made the piece that did.
Okay, got you.
Not spoiler.
How did you feel about the bridge scene, Aiden?
I liked it. I was gonna bring up the point of why the fuck is Doc Ock there? Like, what point does he have of being in that bridge at that time?
They were
Other
spawning.
than to,
I think they were just spawning all over New York.
so he
like,
just spawned on that bridge.
But they were like,
Yeah,
they were
because-
like 4. And
But he was
happens to
walking,
be
he was
right
like-
there.
well, because Toby and Andrew were also spawned in New York, and then, like Doc Ock and all the other villains they just like happened to spawn in New York. So I think it was just like coincidental that Doc Ock was the first one he found. Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's like mad. Like we're talking about fucking like,
You know what? I confused myself.
yeah. But what did you think about the scene though? Did you like it? Did you like the fight?
Yeah, I thought the fight went exactly how I thought it was gonna go. Like judging from like the trailer, like we saw the nanotech go on to him in the trailer, I was gonna be like, okay, well he's gonna take over the arms.
Yeah.
But it went exactly like how I thought it was gonna go. I mean, Doc Ock did his shit, throwing cars and
Yeah.
shit, stuff like that. Tom being strong as fuck, fucking picking up a car like it's fucking nothing.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm so
I
glad
felt-
they.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Tanner.
Yeah, I felt like they were like really making Doc Ock look like really strong in that first scene.
Yeah.
Like he was ripping through the cars. Like
I think what they did that was interesting was, in the Tobey Maguire movies, like Spider-Man has like fist fights with Doc Ock, and in this one, because I mean, I'll just get into like power scaling. This Spider-Man is like a lot stronger than Tobey's, at least to where Tobey was in Spider-Man 2. Tom doesn't lay a single punch on Doc Ock. Like they're all blocked. They're all blocked by Doc Ock. And I was like, thank God he didn't, because if Tom were to hit Doc Ock once, he would be fucking dead. Like, he would just shatter Doc Ock's neck. But I like that Doc Ock, like, intelligent, like they knew that, like they recognized that, and they were like, we're not gonna let Tom hit him, we're gonna let Doc Ock like take control, basically. And I thought that was really interesting. And then, but do you guys have anything else you'd like to say about the fight? It's like our first action set piece.
Green Goblin came out of nowhere, and then
That was the
really
next on the
fast.
list, bro. Green Goblin's intro. I swear to God, dude, that shit is cold as fuck, and I'm not even a Raimi fan. Like where he just throws the bomb and then like you see it come out of the smoke, and I was like, this suit has always looked goofy as fuck, but for some reason in this moment, like it looks so cold. I don't know how did you guys feel about that?
Thank God he broke the mask.
I thought. I mean, I thought it was. Yeah, it looked cool.
I thought it was cool. I think these bombs look cooler than the old bombs that they used. Most
Yeah.
definitely.
They're the same
They
one,
definitely
aren't
look more menacing. No, they're a little different.
they? Maybe it's just the CGI.
No, it's like a stylistic choice. It looks different.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting. Then they get into, which is like, it's like one of the coolest transitions ever. Like,
The
Green
fucking
Goblin is like coming at
whoosh.
Spider-Man, and they like whoosh, and then like Tom's in a different place, and Doc Ock's like in captivity and shit.
Strange stuff.
Shit was so clean, dude. And then he explains like what's going on. Like he basically catches, they need to go and get all the villains that are from different places, and then Peter recruits Ned and MJ.
Bro,
and-
poor Lizard, bro, got one tap by Doctor Strange immediately.
Bro.
Bro didn't even stand a chance. He was already in the cell when they fucking arrived. Like fucking Lizard didn't even stand a chance, bro. I felt so
But
bad.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Strange is gonna get to the point where it's just like impossible to beat him. But basically, Peter recruits Ned
Not
and
unless
MJ.
you're geometry.
And I don't know if you guys noticed this. Oh shit, sorry. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Olivia pointed this out to me when we were leaving the theater again, because we went and saw it twice. The second time through, when y'all see it, when Ned walks into the Sanctum Sanctorum for the first time, he says this, like, and it was really odd. He goes, my aunt, like the girl we see in the like later on in the movie, he was like, she says we're like our family is from magic, and we have like, and sometimes I feel like little tingly things in my fingers.
Yeah.
So it's like alluding to him being able to open the portals and stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't fucking hear that when he said that?
No,
that was
dude.
the whole point.
Are you a
dude.
fucking idiot? That was like the whole point.
I missed it, bro. I definitely did not hear that line because I was just,
Dylan,
I just-
what?
What
I
the
just-
fuck? Are you serious right now? You're clowning, right?
Uh,
That shit was so obvious.
bro, I deadass did not hear that line at all. And Olivia told me that, and I was like, oh, I didn't even realize. I guess I wasn't paying attention or something, or maybe I was thinking about something else. I
Maybe
don't know
you're
what it
still
was.
having
that
Charlie
was
relapse,
just
bro.
simple, like, setting up.
No, bro, I'm gonna be honest though, this Charlie relapse was real because after he was revealed for like a good solid 5 minutes, I was not like paying attention at all to what I like started crying. Like I was so happy that motherfucker was in the movie. Even though he just caught a break and left. But after they recruit Ned and MJ, they then get into the they like flip his suit inside out, and then it's the Electro like Sandman fight scene.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about this shit? First of all, his suit, and then like the scene that preceded. How did you guys like it?
I thought it was a cool environment.
Like a set piece for like a fight?
Yeah, like the forest, like,
Mhm.
and I thought like all the shots looked really cool, and then it was also kind of scary for a second. But then it wasn't. Once Electro showed up, once Jamie Foxx showed up, it just wasn't scary anymore.
Yeah, he's not really menacing. But when he was walking around, I agree with you, Tanner. When he was walking around the forest and like you saw that little sand fucking chip
Think so?
in the background,
You
I was
guys
like, oh
didn't,
shit, he's about to get.
you guys didn't think
fucked
Electro
up.
was menacing?
No.
Take this away from me.
No, I don't think he's meant to be.
Bro,
Yeah.
I well, the first time I watched it, I was like him showing up and then having this completely different look where he's got like fade and then like Tim's on or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Yeah,
this
Tim.
shit does not make any sense at all. Like I feel like they barely tried to explain it. The second time though, they kind of explained that the electricity is like different in Peter's
Yeah.
world. Well,
Dude, did you not watch the fucking movie? Like, what the fuck is going on right now? Did you not fucking watch it?
You're getting me wrong. You're getting me wrong. I said I thought it was loose. Like I thought it was like flimsy. He was just like, oh, like the power here is different. and so that like changed his whole appearance.
I know what you
and
mean, dude.
they did it like they said it like one or two, like he said one line about it, and I was like, okay, but he mentions it twice is what I missed, is that he's like oh, like electricity's different around here, like I
But
can't wait to,
why are you worried about just Electro looking different and not like
because
No.
well,
not
I
Doc
thought it was
Ock looking
weird for
different?
both of them. Like Sandman is only sand. I was like since when? Like like
Yeah.
bro, like I was like Electro looks like has a fade now, and like I don't know. I just thought it
Doc
was
Ock had
all
a
weird.
dope ass new coat.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
And like
There were just like really
Gucci
subtle
sunglasses.
differences, and I was like, it doesn't really. I don't know. Did you like Electro and Sandman's fight scene, the whole ordeal, and the new suit? How did you feel about the new flipped out suit? Aidan?
Oh yeah,
I thought it looked. He literally fucking said Aiden, and I know you fucking heard him say Aiden. You fucking dumbass. What the fuck?
I really thought it was
What did you think, Tanner?
No, go ahead, Aiden.
Fuck you, dude. Okay. I thought
People are
I
gonna
thought it
think
was
you're
cool.
actually bad.
I thought. Are you done? I thought it was cool. I thought it was a good intro to it. I hated the duct tape look though. I kind of wanted to just see the suit, not like with the stupid duct tape phone thing. I think it kind of threw it off. But the Doctor Strange gauntlet, like, or the Doctor Strange web shooter, was cool as shit. I thought it looked cool as fuck.
Yeah, me too. That whole thing where he's like where Doctor Strange just like strips the nanotech off of him and is like.
Do you like the new Electro better than the old Electro?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I got scared for a second because it like showed him being blue and stuff, and I was like, wait a minute. And then he absorbed the new electricity or whatever,
Yeah.
and he was like, shit feels different. They did play that dumbass theme. I'm not a fan of his theme.
No, I'm not a fan of the weird dubstep thing either. And Kirby, right before we got into
Yeah,
the theater, yeah, they played it. They only played it once though. They played it when he showed up, and that was it.
Yeah.
I actually like that theme.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yeah, you listen to Kanye. That makes sense.
Wait, did you like the new look, Tanner, for both Spider-Man and Electro?
I really thought you were about to say, did you like Donda? Did they talk about the album real quick? Oh, my bad. Sorry. Go ahead, Tanner.
I did think it was weird that he looked different, just like all the other characters look different. But I was okay with it. I was like, they're just from an alternate universe, so it doesn't really matter. And then I like Spider-Man's. I thought it looked cool and matched like the environment they were in. So I'm glad that they didn't use it anymore after that. I'm glad that they just used it for that scene.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I agree. And I thought Jamie Foxx was much more charismatic. Like when he comes out and he goes, "We're just gonna pretend I'm not buck ass naked out here." Like I thought that shit was. I thought that was really funny. I just felt like he was funnier overall, which was kind of weird because that's nothing like his character in the Amazing Spider-Man at all. Then we cut to they capture Sandman and Electro and.
Well, actually, if you pay attention to his arc, that is his character at the end of Spider-Man too.
No, it's not. He's not funny. He's just like, I want all the power in the universe. Like he's not. He doesn't make any jokes at all.
That's the whole arc. It's just he's slowly building charisma as he gets stronger and stronger. He's building more confidence in himself. But that's okay.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
Dylan hates on that movie. Dylan hates on that movie. Yes, he does when he's fighting with Andrew. He does make jokes. Andrew and him make jokes.
What does he say? What does he say that's funny?
You just hate that movie. He says something about electricity. He makes an electricity pun. I know for a fact he does. I know
you can
for
tell
100%.
Me the joke that he made about being buck ass naked is the same as making a pun.
That's what it's happening, bro. He got new electricity and now he's quirkier, dude. Come on,
my
bro.
God.
So, dude, you just hate that movie. I can't stand you.
The movie's terrible. That's why I don't like it.
You're an incel. You're an incel.
Where's the plot? In the trash. Okay. Willem. Then we cut to Willem talking to the mask after they capture Electro and Sandman. And I'll tell you what, bro, both times I saw it, I just could not stop laughing at this scene. Like,
it's so funny.
Willem talking to the mask is one of the goofiest things in both of the first Sam Raimi movie and this movie. I don't know. No. How did you feel about this, Tanner?
Dude, Aidan, your face. I thought it was fine in like the Raimi movies. Like it felt like it belonged there, but in this movie, it was just kind of like immediately there, and he was doing it on a dumpster. And I thought Willem Dafoe looked so weird. Like he looked so old. Like he looked so obviously he's much older, so he looked very like skinny. And then and then my favorite part is when he smashed it, and then the shot of him running away. He's running like a grandpa. Like he looked ridiculous, bro.
It's so funny, bro. It's so goofy looking.
I don't
Also,
know.
you're wrong for saying that it
But that's
looks
like
normal in
that's
the
like
first movie.
his
That shit's
fucking
goofy
Norman
as hell.
Osborn like
No, bro.
siren, so that makes sense.
I agree with Aiden. It's goofy in the Raimi movie. I feel like it's goofy in the Raimi movies, but maybe that's just because I think those movies are just goofy. But you know what I will say though? I'm gonna be honest. He is the perfect. Like if they were gonna pick someone from the past to be the villain, like the main villain of this movie, I genuinely feel as though he is the perfect guy to pick.
Yeah.
He does great.
Like
Honestly, he does do good in this movie.
like he's cheesy as fuck, but it's like Emperor Palpatine in the prequels where you can just tell this motherfucker loves being evil so
Yeah.
much. Like it's like even though
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like cheesy and stupid, like there's something so like he just loves it. Like he's having so much fun being awful that you're like, oh, I have to enjoy it as well. Um, but Aiden, did you thought it was goofy him talking to the mask too? Like I just couldn't stop laughing. Like
I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. It's so
Yeah.
goofy looking. And I was gonna say something about him running away because I was sitting in the theater fucking dying. This man runs away so goofy looking. It's unbearable. It's
next time I
So
didn't
slow
pay
too.
I didn't pay
and it's
attention
got
to
his
it
like
because I
the
thought
fucking Green Goblin laugh in the background and it's fucking looks so goofy.
I didn't pay attention to it because I was watching like I thought the shot of the like smoking mask was really cool, but next time I go and see it, I'll watch him run away instead. And then it gets to the Willem. We cut to basically, Willem and May in the feast center, which was kind of cool to see. But this is where May like basically lays out the plot of the movie, where she's like, we should help these people instead of sending them away. And I'm gonna be honest, this is my biggest problem with the movie. I think this is so fucking stupid.
Even the second time watching it,
It bothered me less, but it still bothers me. Like it's the dumbest
I don't
fucking
know,
plot.
man. I think it fits in her character, dude. I think it fits in her character perfectly.
Oh no, there's no doubt like it fits in her character. Kind of, but not really, because it doesn't really make any sense if you think about it for like 3 seconds. Like, so okay, I'll just get into it. So the May basically lays out that they should cure them and send them back to their timeline rather than like just sending them back to die. If they sent them back to their timeline cured, then all of the shit that happens in those movies would never it alters the course of their history drastically and ruins that timeline essentially. So
I
like
still don't agree with this.
how do you not agree with it? You're gonna tell me, okay, so say Electro goes back cured, he doesn't die, and therefore what, Gwen doesn't die either? Like it's irrelevant.
Well,
Like
Electro didn't kill Gwen. Harry did.
I know. Harry, so it didn't make a difference. Like, what is curing them going to do? They have to go back, or if if you send Willem Dafoe back, the entire Harry New Goblin arc just never happens.
Well, wouldn't Harry still have the disease?
Or this is the biggest one that I have an issue with. If you heal Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2, like from that moment, if you heal Doc Ock, he literally he doesn't bring the sun into the water, so half of New York just explodes. Because to do that act would mean that he's killing himself.
No, I still don't agree with this because it would be Doc Ock is. I'll never agree with this.
Okay, but Tanner, how do you feel about it?
Because you think that they go back to the exact moment they die. I don't think they go back to the same moment they die.
They have to. They have to. If they don't go back to the same moment they died, this creates more problems.
I just feel like the movie doesn't explain exactly what's gonna happen to them when they go back, or where exactly they came from, or if they're exactly coming from the same universe. as the Sam Raimi movies or not, and like if everything in the story is exactly the same in their world, and they're just also not clear on how the traveling in between universes works.
Yeah,
So
but I
there's
feel like
no
that's a
answer.
huge problem because that's like all the movie is about. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then
Yeah.
even then, still, it still comes down to May sees someone who needs help, and Peter has the power to help them. And Peter is saying, I don't want to help them. And May is saying, you need to help them because you can, because you have the abilities to help them. And if you don't, then you're,
But that doesn't matter because if Peter helps these people, it's infinitely worse for their timeline when they go back.
But we don't know
Dylan, I
that.
think you're like
you're thinking too much about it, dude.
I feel like you have your own hypothesis of what happens when they go back, and you're putting that into the movie for everybody else. But I don't think everybody else views them going back in the same way as you do.
But that's what they explain in the movie is that they have to send them back, and at the end of the movie, they send them back anyway. Like that's what they
I
explain.
know they send them back. It's like when they're
No, because they don't say that. They just say that they don't know. They say if they send them back now, they would go back to die. But if they cure them and send them back, they don't know what would happen. So it was worth a shot to just cure them.
So
because something different may happen.
But think about it like this: if they all forget who Tom Holland's Peter Parker is, and then they go back, which is what it's implied.
Well,
saving them was. Yet, dude. I understand this, but this is my problem. Saving them was completely pointless because none of that happened. So they still die. It's just fucking dumb. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. But the more that I watch it, maybe I'll watch it again the third time and I'll be like, okay, it actually doesn't bother me. But
that's the arc, man.
The arc is stupid. It's dumb. I don't know what to say. I get it. Peter wants to help people. That makes sense. May wants to help people. That makes sense. But they're not helping anyone by doing this. Either way, it has to end the same way. You send them back and they die, but they're cured, or you send them back and they die, but they aren't. What do you want to happen? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's not that. We don't know if that happens. That's the whole thing.
We do.
You don't know if they. No, you don't. How do you know? Did you see that shit, bro? Did you see what happened when they went back and they were cured?
You could tell me. Okay, so here's what happens. So
that was the whole thing.
You heal Doc Ock.
That's the whole thing.
You heal Doc Ock. He goes back to when the sun's exploding, and he's like, oh, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna kill myself and drown the sun in the ocean. No, Doc Ock is healed. He's gonna be like, oh, I don't know. I'm not gonna do that. What the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. That's the whole thing, bro. Or if it never happened anyway, if they get sent back in time, they just die the same. Oh my god, it's so frustrating. I just thought it was really dumb. Maybe I'm thinking too much.
That's the whole thing. They don't know what would happen.
Okay, I just thought it was really, really stupid. And if they don't know where they're going back to, the thing is, Aidan, is we do know where they're going back to. We've seen the movies.
Right? What?
We know
the whole thing is.
You're saying the whole thing is, but we don't know where they go. We do know where they go. We've seen the films.
Not that they don't know where we go, but we don't know what happens.
We do know what we have enough context around the information to understand what's going to happen. We just think, what if Electro wasn't there? Okay,
but then you're bringing meta into it, bro.
I'm just you're bringing your own personal knowledge. It's not.
Because your flaw with it is
the whole movie is about knowing Toby and Andrew are going to be there.
No, because your flaw with it is that they would just be sending them back to die. But in this universe, Tom wouldn't know that. Of course, it says they send him back to die, but they don't know what would happen if they got cured. And so Tom was saying, I don't want to try that. And May was saying, well, you have to, because what if something different happens? So but Tom doesn't know that. I get that.
But we do.
I get that. We know that, but it makes sense in Tom's character to do that.
So you're telling me in the story, you like that we know that what they're doing doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense to the character, so you don't care.
I don't think about it that much. Okay. You're thinking about it so much.
And Tanner, what do you think? Are you indifferent?
Dude, I feel like we're spending a lot of time on
Quiet as hell, bro. So quiet.
Quiet as a mouse, dude.
Is it that quiet? Really?
I feel like we're
Yes.
spending. I feel like we're spending a lot of time on
I
it.
feel like we're spending a lot of time focusing on something that doesn't matter.
Are you ready to move on, Tanner? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, I think it could be explained better.
Well, thank you. That's all I wanted to hear you say. So this moves us into the Doctor Strange versus Spider-Man altercation. How did you feel about this, Aidan?
Firstly, starting at the beginning of fight, cool as shit. I will say, prehensively, I know you don't agree with this, or that you don't. I don't think this means that Spider-Man beats Doctor Strange. In no way do I think that Spider-Man beats Doctor Strange. I think that Doctor Strange is not coming after Spider-Man to beat him. He is coming to get the box from him and sedate him. I don't think in any way he is trying to like maliciously defeat him in combat. So I don't think this means that Spider-Man wins against Doctor Strange. Moving past that, that shit where he pushes him out of the body and then his spider sense is still moving is like the coolest shit in the world. And Doctor Strange's like, how the fuck are you doing this?
Yeah.
It's cool as shit. I think the way they do the fight and it shows a good side of Peter's like brilliance and how fucking smart Peter is, even though Doctor Strange does have a doctorate. But I think it's cool, and I think the fight scene's really cool. You know, the whole thing, he takes him to the mirror dimension, all that shit. It looks trippy as fuck, and Peter is still somehow overcoming it, even though he's like fucking falling and not falling and then running and then falling again. I think it's cool. I think the web up looks cool, and I'm not mad about it.
What did you think, Tanner?
No, I thought it was all really cool too. It was cool to see Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange. I felt like you saw Spider-Man be more annoying than Doctor Strange thought he was going to be to fight.
Yeah.
Like I think Spider-Man did like things that Doctor Strange was surprised that he could do.
Mhm.
Like didn't know that he was capable of doing that kind of stuff. So it was really cool to watch.
I agree. I'm gonna be honest, Aidan. I don't think it's not even about the fact that, like, I agree. It wasn't a fight to the death. Like they weren't trying to see the victor. I just don't even think Spider-Man.
It wasn't even a fight.
I don't even think Spider-Man should even be able to do anything that Strange doesn't want him to do. Like I don't even think it's close. Like it shouldn't. It should be like, you remember when the axe comes down on Superman and he just goes, "Not impressed." Like that should be the entirety of that fight. Yes, it's Doctor Strange. Yes, it's the motherfucker who travels across dimensions.
But it's not Doctor Strange fighting.
It's the motherfucker that beat Dormammu. Like, are you seriously listening to yourself? Like,
technically, he didn't beat him.
He beat Dormammu. That was the whole point.
He outsmarted Dormammu. He
didn't get outsmarted by a
beat him.
17-year-old child. I don't know. I just thought it was fucking ridiculous. I don't even think he should come close. But I do agree. It's a really cool scene. Even if I don't agree with the conclusion. I think it's really cool. And the spider sense thing where he's like moving his arm. And I also like that it's interesting. If you notice this, if you watch Doctor Strange, they say that people can only like manipulate the mirror dimension like that if you are like tapping into the dark dimension. So I thought it was interesting that like that's kind of what Strange is doing.
Yeah.
Which might lead into like that post-credit scene shit, but I don't know. What do you want to say?
Okay, so I understand you don't think like their power levels are different, but in terms of just stats, I think this quote unquote a fight is mostly maneuverability and like adaptivity. You get what I'm trying to say? And I think in that category, Spider-Man does beat Doctor Strange.
Spider-Man only won because it's his movie. Let's move on. Then we get back to the chambers. We get back to the chambers, like where they're talking. And this isn't really something that's like super deep, but I had to bring up the fact that Willem Dafoe says he's something of a scientist himself. Why is it so silent? Was it really not that funny?
I hope this video blows up just so everybody in the comments can talk about how fucking wrong you are all the fucking time and how fucking stupid you are, bro.
I'm so bad.
I don't think. Listen, bro. I just don't even think he should be able. It's Doctor Strange. Whatever.
I'm gonna
Moving on,
fucking
bro.
throw hands with you, bro.
Dude,
Moving on, let's go.
Dude, I hate this. I hate this because Doctor Strange only wins because he has a superpower that is more creative, and like he could like everything that he can do is just can be written. Like Spider-Man has like tangible like limits. And,
Oh,
like,
so you
Doctor
agree with
Strange-
me? You agree with me, Tanner?
I think that Doctor Strange is a lame cop out for being stronger.
Oh my god, bro.
And I
Both
think
of
that
y'all are-
Spider-Man is cooler and should win. Because he deserves
Well, you
it
think
more
Spider-Man would win? Oh, hold on, back up. You think
I
Spider-Man
don't even think it
would
should be
win
close.
entirely?
I don't even think it should be close.
I don't think Spider-Man would win, but I'm saying in this category, in this type of fight, Spider-Man wins.
But we moved on.
It's like putting a rhino in that's bad. It's like putting a bear and a cheetah in a race and being like, which one wins? Well, obviously the fucking cheetah's gonna win because it can move faster and it has more mobility.
I don't think so.
I know you're not fucking shaking your head, bro. I'm giving you perfect fucking analogies and perfect fucking examples. I can't think. We're moving on. Let's move on.
Doctor Strange could just
Let's move
cast a
on.
spell and literally do everything Spider-Man does. That's the whole
I'm not
point.
trying to fucking do that, bro. He's just trying to get the fucking box. He's not trying to
Exactly,
fucking
that's
go
so
for
lame. I
Spider-Man.
cast a
Like,
spell and
I
automatically
can't-
beat whatever you have.
I just don't even think it should be close.
Cast the magic missile.
I don't even think it should be close, but whatever. Back to what I was saying. Willem Dafoe says I'm something of a scientist myself.
Okay, yes, he does. What do you want us to say about that?
It's fucking hilarious. Are you joking?
It is really funny.
It is funny.
It's completely
Yeah, it's
just
funny.
fan
It's a
At
service.
funny
least give
line.
me something. Like, at least be like, yeah,
I
that was
think-
a cool nod.
This
I
movie's
said
like
this,
30 to 40% fan service.
It really is.
I
I
think,
think it's only fan service.
I've said this before and I've said it like 3 times, but I think this is the best line they could have pulled from the Raimi trilogies to have him like reference.
I don't know. I really wanted Doc Ock to say Butterfingers.
Butterfingers. Butterfingers. You're so
Oops,
right.
Butterfingers.
Can you imagine Electro blast him out of the roof and he just falls and goes Butterfingers.
I hated how many times he said power of the sun in the palm of his hand. It would have been cool to quote it one time, but he quoted it like 3 separate times.
He comes up, he goes,
He
I
really-
have the power of sun in the palm of my hands. And then Spider-Man beats him, he goes, nanotech, the power of sun in the palm of your hand. And then he gets the art director, goes, the power
Out of the sun. And then Tobey
really,
Maguire
like,
walks
forced
up
it
in
out,
the
bro.
palm of your hands. I know. Like, what the fuck? Such a
It's like
weird
beginning,
thing.
middle, end. He literally says that shit.
he's hitting his character beats.
It's his fucking arc.
And then we get okay, but after this, the team splits up. Spider-Man gives MJ the like power box thing. And then there's the tech heal
Mid-J.
scene. And I don't really have a lot to say about the like whole like them fixing up everything. I think that's pretty much there's not really harsh opinions we can really have on that besides, it is what it is. At least I feel. But the spider sense thing where Peter starts to
Bullshit.
realize that like that Osborn's about to go ape shit,
Yeah.
and he's
that's
like
cool.
walking, and they do like the weird like inverted effect where like it becomes like it like zooms on his face and stuff.
Yeah, that is really cool.
How did you guys feel about like the spider sense overall in this movie? Because I feel like they
I
do
give
it
it-
more in this film than they do in any of the other ones.
I like the Amazing Spider-Man. Like Andrew Garfield's my favorite Spider-Man, but I think they do the Spider Sense the best in this trilogy. I think the Spider Sense is like the most developed and the most like comic accurate, I would say, in this trilogy.
I like how it accumulates
Yeah,
like throughout the movies.
it's because like in Homecoming he like barely uses it, and then Far From Home that's like how he beats Mysterio, and this one he's like, no, I'm fucking fully evolved, like all
Because
the way.
they
around.
also play it as like it's like I like how they play it because it's not like it immediately tells him what's up. Like he kind of has to still figure it out. Kind of, he
Yeah.
just senses something is wrong,
yeah,
and he still has to like be
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck is wrong?"
yeah, he's like, yeah, because he walks through and he's like, he's like, the villains are like, well, what's going on? What's
Ooh.
going on? He's like, I don't know, bro. And then you see
That,
Willem
that
Dafoe
smile,
like
that
walk
smile
away,
that
and he's
Defoe
like,
hits when he gets caught too is
Oh my
so cold, bro. He's-
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. He's like, that's quite an interesting trick you have. Like,
You really thought I would get away with this?
that shit when he's like, when Doc Ock's talking to him, and he says something like facing the wall, and Doc Ock's like,
Oh yeah, and then the eyes
how
go
are-
green.
how- he's like something. What did he ask him in? He says something.
He said, "So you're finally getting rid of that Green Goblin for after all," something like that.
He's like, finally, or something like that, and you're like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about that real quick because it's so fucking cool. And then they get the new suit. How do you guys feel about the gold stripes?
It looked cool. I think it looks dope.
Yeah. Tanner?
Favorite suit. Favorite
Ever?
suit. So no, not favorite suit ever. Favorite suit of all Tom Holland's.
Really?
Really?
I think it looks really cool. It's kind of like I think it's like kind of trying to relate to the the Spider-Man game, the PS4
agree.
game.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks, and I think I would think that gold would look shitty with that design, but it actually looks pretty cool. And I like that they don't make it look like metal framing too much. Like it looks like it's like it matches his suit. Like it's
Still
just,
in the suit. Yeah.
yeah, like it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's really fucking cool. I was kind of sad to see it go too, like in the movie, which we'll talk more about in a second. But then they get into once Goblin's revealed, they get into Peter versus Goblin round 1. How did you guys feel about this fight scene?
Well, before that, why the fuck did they leave Lizard in the fucking car?
He wanted to be.
What the fuck? I know, but they're gonna leave the fucking menace by himself.
He didn't want to go. Like what?
Yeah, he said, I don't want to go.
That's a shitty ass reason to leave a fucking mutated fucking lizard out into the car. Also, why did Sandman leave? Sandman's characters like throughout this is not good. I feel like he's the worst part of the film.
It's consistent with the Raimi trilogy.
I guess so.
No, I'm just kidding. I think Sandman actually has a really good arc in Spider-Man 3. Peter versus Goblin. What did you think, Tanner?
Oh, crap. Hold on, I was trying to change my thing. Peter versus Goblin.
Peter versus Goblin, bro.
I mean, I don't know. I thought it was good.
What do you mean you don't know? You have an opinion on it?
That's like the least part I remember from the movie.
Really? Are you kidding me? When he's fucking
What
pounding
the
on
fuck
Goblin,
is wrong with you?
beating
Tanner?
the
This is
shit
like
out of you,
one of the
and
best
Goblin's just
fights
like
in the
looking at
fucking
him like,
movie. Yeah, fucking just smiling at him, bro.
Yeah.
He power bombs him through 7 floors, and it was like least memorable.
I'm
What the
joking.
fuck?
I'm joking.
like the slow-mo shot where he falls out of the window and then webs him and like pulls back up. What the
I'm
fuck
joking.
are you
I
talking?
thought it was really cool. I like how brutal they are in this movie with Spider-Man. It reminds me of like that fight scene at the end of the first Spider-Man one, how fucking nasty and like brutal it is. And like the Green Goblin really does do that to this Spider-Man too. It's like he comes in and he's like, and then Tom Holland cannot take a beating like Tobey Maguire can apparently because he's just getting slapped. And that's the one thing I hate about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is that it's like he like has this he always has this in every one of his movies where he just like stops being good at being Spider-Man and gets the shit kicked out of him. And it's like, as he's getting his ass beat, he forgets that he's Spider-Man. Like where like he's just getting like WWE'd through 7 floors and he's not doing anything about it. Like, it's crazy, but yeah.
No, I agree. And that's exactly what I was thinking when I was watching it the second time. I was like, literally, this is like they scripted this scene to play out like exactly like the Toby scene, so that way it just looks like Tom's just getting the absolute fuck beat out of him, just like Toby did. And
it leaves the question open as to like how strong is Green Goblin compared to other MCU like superheroes, like his like superhuman like what does that serum he has, his formula or whatever.
Yeah.
Green Goblin can take Thanos.
I want to see him versus like Captain America.
Back to formula. That's what it is.
Yes, bro.
Back to formula.
2 weeks. Aidan, how did you feel about it?
I think it's one of the best fight scenes in the movie.
Wow.
Actually, I think it's really fucking brutal. It's really fucking nasty. Green Goblin's beating the shit out of him, and then when Peter gets a turn on him, he's just fucking happy as shit about it. He's like, "Yeah, fucking punch me, baby."
I'd
Just
say
an
one of the
evil
best fight
motherfucker
scenes
just to
in
be evil.
MCU too.
Did you just shit?
No, I moved the desk. Sorry.
I don't know. The Shang-Chi had some pretty fucking good fight scenes.
I'm
No,
saying,
yeah,
like,
Shang-Chi goes fun.
second to that, I think.
I don't know if it's
This-
that good, bro. Like, really? I mean, I
Like,
think
what
it's
other,
good.
like, memorable fight scene? Like,
The hallway fight in Daredevil season 1.
yeah,
Shut the
that's true.
fuck up.
It's like the same style of fight though. Like that fight and this one are like the same
Yeah.
style of fight.
I just like the way it's choreographed. Like, it looks. better
Yeah,
than
no,
most
it's
of the-
fucking lit, bro. And he's just fucking pushing him through. It's like, and I agree. It's like it makes you think about how powerful Green Goblin is because, like I talked about in the beginning, where Doc Ock can't get hit, otherwise he'll just break his fucking neck. Like Goblin's over here just
Couldn't
taking
get
every
hit.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was great. But it ends in May's death and her saying, with great power comes great responsibilities.
How did you feel about it second time, Dylan?
I still feel unaffected.
Unaffected, really?
Yeah, well, first of all, when she gets hit by that glider, that shit goes so fucking like, bro.
I know.
She's
That
a
shit is
trooper for fucking standing up
so
after that,
gruesome. Yeah, like she walks it off. She's like, I'm gonna put some dirt on this, and then like walks it off.
bro. Put some dirt in your eye.
He gets hit so hard, dude. But yeah. How did you feel about that whole her whole death, Tanner?
You killed her.
I thought it was. I felt I think I did feel unaffected, Dylan. I thought it was a cool choice, and I thought it was like a really like fun twist to put on like the whole like great power comes great responsibility. Like, and they like didn't have to deal with the Uncle Ben thing. Like, they just gave it to her, which I thought was a cool thing. Like, that her character got to do. But I also felt like I haven't really seen a lot of her on the other two movies to build up to her dying.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling that bad about her yet.
Mhm.
And like,
I
I
think-
feel like I should be sad, but then they also blow through it with like a bunch of new things in the next few scenes. So you kind of
Yes, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Well, but before we get to it, Aiden, how did you feel about May's death? Did you like it?
I agree with that. I agree that they didn't give her like enough. Like, there were moments like with him and Tom. I agree with it that it was like a little rushed, and at the beginning, I was like, this feels kind of iffy. I'm not sure how I feel about it. And then I look at fucking Tom acting his
Dude,
fucking ass
He
off.
does act his
He
ass
does
off.
so fucking good in this one scene, and I was like, I feel bad just because I know this motherfucker like cares. Like, I was okay to forgive all of like the non-scenes we had just because of how fucking good Tom's acting was. That I could feel he was like, fucking, I just lost this girl, and I truly cared for her.
I'm gonna be honest, but like by his performance, there's no way you don't believe like Aunt May just fucking died. Like,
yeah,
he acts the shit out of that scene for real. And I think I just didn't feel it because, well, one, I just couldn't stop thinking about how stupid it is that we got here. Like, it's her fault she died. Like, if they just pressed the button, everyone would go back and the story would end up the same way anyway. So I was like, I don't know. I felt it was so stupid. And then I also
dictator, bro.
don't necessarily know if we've gotten enough time with her. We've gotten like 5 scenes in the past like 3 movies. You know what I'm saying? That she's been in. So I was just like, okay, like, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys felt differently about that. Did you like the death overall, Aiden, or did you just think like you said, Tom sold it, but that wasn't really it? Like, that was really it.
No, I like the death.
Okay.
I low key think Happy and her relationship is weird.
I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but I also thought Happy was gonna die. I kind of sad that he didn't.
I thought Happy
to
was
die.
toast. Yeah.
I really wanted Happy to die.
He basically does at the end, though.
Yeah, I guess.
And then did you both of y'all like the responsibility line, or did you think it was kind of weird that May said it instead of Uncle Ben?
I liked it.
I liked it too.
Okay, good. And then we move on to basically what Tanner's talking about. Like she dies, and then the next scene is literally like the biggest pop of the entire film, which is Andrew's introduction. We'll go one at a time here. Aidan, how did you feel about Andrew coming back? Since I know you love him.
Fucking god tier, dude. I did have a misconception. I thought Ned was pulling some strong ass magic where he was opening a portal to another dimension, but I realized that Tom and Toby were already in Tom's
Andrew,
New
Toby.
York.
Yeah,
Tom or Toby, Andrew and Toby were already in his New York, and it just opened a portal to
I didn't get
wherever
that
they
till
were.
I didn't get that till the second time around.
I thought about it after the movie, and I was like, oh, okay, he's not that good at magic.
Yeah.
But I knew as soon as they opened the portal, like I knew some shit was gonna happen when he was like, I want to see Peter. I want to. As soon as he was like saying that shit, I was like, okay, they're about to bring these hoes in, and I was like, yeah. And then I was getting hyped as fuck. And then as soon as they opened the portal, I saw his back, and I was like, that's fucking Andrew. I'm so mad at him for lying. He lied so fucking hard.
He did,
to
bro.
everybody.
He straight faced it too.
He lied
like,
so hard to everybody.
What did you think?
God, what a
Andrew?
scene.
Andrew. Oh yeah, Andrew Garfield. Tanner, what did you think?
I thought it was cool. I thought it would just. I was wondering how they were gonna do it, and then they just did it.
Yeah, there wasn't really much to it, was there? He's just like, let me see Peter, and then and then he opened the portal, and there it was.
I was wondering if he was actually gonna be able to walk through it. And when he finally walked through it and was in the room, I was like, oh my god, they finally did it.
Like somebody in our audience goes, like when the portal opened, they go, oh my god, that's Andrew, and then like everybody was just like simmering, and we were just waiting, and then like as he's running up to the portal, nobody clapped until he actually jumped through.
Yeah.
Like once he landed, they were like, oh fuck, like
it became real.
Yeah. So it's just, I thought it was great, and I thought the whole bread joke was funny. I thought him having to go get the cobweb.
Yeah, that was funny. What is he doing?
Is he getting kidnapped?
Oh my fucking god! I got a foot cramp so fucking bad. Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, I thought it was excellent. What did you think about Toby's reveal, Tanner?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember it that much. Like I feel like. How did he come back again?
They opened another portal for Peter, and it's Toby sitting there in like his fucking like youth pastor clothing.
Yeah, you're right, but like, yeah, it would
He
just.
walks through and he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for he's
A friend.
I'll be
This
honest.
is a friend, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It didn't feel like this Peter Parker was the same Peter Parker as the Sam Raimi movies.
You think?
Like it felt more like it was just Tobey Maguire. Like it felt like Tobey Maguire was just playing Tobey Maguire.
Boy had no character.
I disagree. To me, I disagree. I think to me it felt like Peter Parker from the Sam Raimi movies, but acted better.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I can agree with that.
Do you know, Tanner? What is going on? You were the heaviest defender of Peter Parker last time we spoke, and now you have like, did you have an arc or something? Bro was like,
He meant to say for the folks at home. He meant to say Tobey Maguire, not Peter Parker.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
No, I just think in this movie, like, I feel like none of his lines. I feel like they didn't take enough risks with his character in this movie.
How do you mean? Like,
yeah, Tanner wanted that shitty ass character back. That's what
of like referencing his movies and like stuff that his Tobey Maguire would actually say. I feel like they didn't reference it enough in this movie. Like it was just kind of like Tobey Maguire showed up and he put the Spider-Man suit on, but he was never like. I don't think he was ever committed.
Bro wanted that fucking creepy ass fucking dude.
Bro wanted him to walk through the portal and said, "I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye."
I wish he would just been just like, I don't know, a little cheesy or so. I don't know, just
Maybe
more like him, more like his own character.
Yeah, I guess I could feel that. I guess. Did you
Honestly,
like?
I just feel like I wish his writing was better. I feel like he doesn't get enough lines.
Well, it's because Andrew has so much to build off of, and Toby really like when Toby's story ends, like Toby is together. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
When
like he's
Andrew's
finished.
story ended, Andrew's like shattered.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, what did you think, Aidan, about Toby coming back?
Thought it was good. Thought that whole scene where they like sort of half-ass fight each other was good. The whole did you think the abuela was it's not abuela, that's racist. Cut that out. Did you think the aunt was like did you think the aunt was like, or do you think she was funny enough to be there?
Yeah.
You do?
Like where she's like speaking a different language the entire time, and then at the end she's just like, I'm going to bed, because she just knew English.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. No, I
Yeah.
thought the introduction of both of them was fantastic, and I thought like seeing
God,
old
what a
Toby,
hype moment.
I'm seeing old Toby do a flip, but I will agree with you, Tanner. Them coming back in this moment completely and utterly undermines May's death.
Yeah.
Like you go
Agreed.
from like the saddest part of the film to literally the next scene is the like two people that everyone in the theater wanted to see the most.
maybe
Yeah,
they
but
thought
that's
it would
just
be
hype
like
factor. I feel like from a story plot line, these two other Spider-Men had to be there for Tom to be like okay.
I guess. What were you saying, Tanner?
I feel like I was saying maybe they thought it would be like a good pick me up like right after, so they didn't feel super sad this entire Spider-Man movie. But
Yeah.
I don't agree. I think Aidan.
You could
I
have
think
put
they
them
could have
coming
focused
into the. I feel like you could have put them coming into the world before the entire like altercation with May, but maybe that's too soon to put them in.
I don't know. I feel like there should have been like an extra scene of Peter dealing with this by himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't know. They had that whole thing where he's looking at the Jameson sign
Mm-hmm.
and like Spider-Man is a menace.
No, but I
And
think I still think it needed room to breathe. Like I feel like we definitely like I wish we got the Ned, which is the next scene. I wish we got the Ned, MJ and Peter all hugging scene before like the Spider-Man were introduced.
Okay.
Like maybe they just show up on the same rooftop. They're like, we were looking for you.
I don't think that's as cool.
Yeah, maybe not. But what did you guys think of the entire rooftop scene where they basically discuss their Uncle Ben's and everything? Did you guys like that scene?
Everyone acting their asses off.
No, bro.
Why are they acting so hard for this scene? Even Toby.
Well, I agree.
Okay.
I agree. I think Andrew, bro, why is Andrew just going for the Oscar? Like in this scene when he's talking about Gwen, bro, when he's like, I lost Gwen. She was my MJ. And then he talks about how he's like fucking killing people now. I don't know. She was crazy. Tanner, what do you think?
Yeah, I liked that they were all like given a little moment to like talk about themselves. And I think Andrew felt like he had the most like to say, like you said, like Toby was kind of finished off, and we already knew how Tom was doing. But then Andrew was like, "This is what." But it was also kind of weird because I was like, "Well, why are we getting Andrew from like? I mean, how far along is this Andrew after the events of Amazing Spider-Man 2? It's not very clear on that, so that part was kind of weird."
Oh yeah, because he played older than he actually was, so maybe he was like 35 in that scene or something.
Yeah, but it's not clear because his suit is the exact same, and there's no
Yeah.
like, they don't give any like numerical like sense. So
Interesting.
I think it's weird to how it works with like, how are we getting this like older Spider-Man, but then these like this lizard from apparently the same timeline, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And
Well, yeah, it's like they picked the Spider-Man out of the where they currently were, and then they picked all the villains out of where they had been.
Yeah. So is this? Yeah. Do they even know these?
It's odd. I don't know. Then we
But
get
yeah, I
into
thought
Corey.
I thought they acted it out really well.
Yeah, I think I told Andrew this or Aiden this. I think Andrew, his acting is like what they did with his character in this movie was better than like the entirety of Spider-Man 2. Like in its entirety. Like because the Gwen stuff, I think like him dealing with Gwen's death is so much more interesting than like I don't know. I thought it was just great. I just thought it was great. Then we get to the lab scene where they're all working together and they kind of do a quick catch up with like Ned learning about like Toby's best friend killing himself, and then
It was just all fan service.
dude, but it was so good though.
But it was good fan service. It was really good fan service. Like I felt like it wasn't like oh, I'm not gonna say that.
What?
I felt it was good fan service.
Okay, that was weird. What did you think, Tanner?
Yeah, I thought it was funny. Like, I thought it was just like a good
This man with the
scene.
one word fucking.
I know, bro. Bro has a
I
one
thought
word
it was
adjective
cool.
for every scene.
I thought it was great. I thought it was funny.
I mean,
Bro, Tanner hasn't experienced emotion in a long time.
Tanner's like, yeah, I thought the whole movie was cool.
shut up.
It was a lot of fun.
No, it was funny to watch them interact with each other.
I think I really enjoyed the scene where like Toby kind of gives Andrew hope again about like dating, because he's like, me and MJ, we figured it out eventually, which I don't know how, because their relationship in the Raimi trilogy is god awful.
Yeah, that's true. It's very toxic.
It's so toxic, bro. But I like that. I like that a lot. After this, Spider-Man
Loki, MJ in the comics though is hella toxic. So
like that. Have you seen that scene from the old like Spider-Man cartoon?
when she fucking jumps off and was like,
Where he's
"Before
like,
I marry
will
you,
you
I
marry
just
me?
wanted to make sure."
He goes, will you marry me? And she jumps out of a window and he's like, oh my God, MJ, what are you doing? And he catches her and she's like, I just wanted to make sure you'd always be there for me.
What the fuck?
Fucking crazy, dude.
I think it's weird that wait, so Tobey Maguire as his Spider-Man got transferred into this world, so he has a wife, and so he has MJ's a wife and kids. How long are they in this world for? Like a couple days or something like that?
Do they have kids? I thought he was just still with her.
No, he said he had like 3 kids, right? Or something? Or am I tripping?
I think
You
you're
are
tripping.
tripping hard.
Yeah,
You are tripping
he
hard.
did say it.
Never once said that shit.
Toby said he had kids, bro. You're lying.
No. Andrew said he
No.
always wanted brothers.
What?
Yeah. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
But anyway, then Spider-Man calls the villains, and then they have like the my back scene. I thought this was one of the most clever gags.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like it's a callback, but it's also really fucking funny. And
You're doing it on purpose, Tanner. I know you're doing it on purpose.
you have to be doing it on purpose, bro.
Doing what?
Yeah, that was funny. Come on, bro. That made me giggle. Bro.
Fuck, bro.
I thought one of my biggest fears of them coming through the portal was like that they would all be like very different characters and not have good chemistry. But they did a really good job of like refining their own characters and also having chemistry together with Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. I thought
they did a really good job of that.
Yeah, and I think it's because they kind of explore that they've all had very different experiences. Like the scene where they're talking about the villains they've fought before is like super like interesting.
Yeah, I want to fight an alien.
Yeah. Yeah, and Andrew's like, oh, I'm lame. I haven't fought any. And Toby's like, no, don't say that about yourself. Like which Tanner, come on, that's such a Toby thing to do because that's exactly what he was fucking telling MJ.
MJ, you know what? You're right. These little pep talks that he has, bro.
Oh, you're so good. You're great. You're a great actress.
He just starts talking.
Because when I was Spider-Man, this is what I was experiencing. And then the fight shows up, and y'all, this fucking fight scene, the climax of this movie is just utterly incredible.
Yeah, it's everything you would want.
here, let's just go through it step by step, kind of. So first of all, I think Electro shows up first, right? And the Spider-Men start fighting, which is already in and of itself fucking dope, right? And they're scrambled together, and they can't like they just can't
Yeah,
seem to sync up.
chemistry.
They're not syncing up because they've all fought alone. And then they have this little meeting where they're talking about what they're gonna do next. And then they do the team up swing, bro.
Dude,
I don't know
Oh
about
my
y'all.
god, that shit is.
Shit
and they
is
all
so
three
cool.
swung off of each other, bro. That was
Oh
so
my-
Oh my.
Tom shoots two webs at them and pulls them forward, and then they pull him behind. Bro, it's so fucking clean. Like, and then they land on the fucking head of the Statue of Liberty, and they're all posing and shit.
They look
Dude,
sick. Also, I think all their suits look really good. They kept Andrew's like the exact same. His looks tight, like it did in Amazing Spider-Man 2. Tom Holland's looks really cool with the new, like the new gold stuff. And then, but Tom,
Toby.
what's his name? Toby's looked like weird. Like it looked different. It looked softer.
It
Like
did look
It
softer.
didn't look like
Yeah, it
rubber.
did.
Looked like fabric instead of rubber.
I think it's because it was more CG than it was like regular, like what it was in the Raimi trilogies where it was more practical.
Yeah.
Like I
But
think
even
like
just the
90.
texture of it, it looked like purposefully made. Like the first one was very obviously like a silicone, like
Yeah.
flappy thing.
Yeah. I think like 90% of this entire like scene, like the fight scenes that they're in, like when it's them three, I think like 90% of it is all fucking CGI.
Yeah, it has to be.
Because that way they could just get the actress to do ADR and they could have them on set less.
Yeah.
Easier to keep a secret. But
But like you notice that like for a lot of like they'll do like quick things where they're all like have their masks on, but like as much as they can, they have their masks off.
yeah. Yeah, no, they
So
they
they
enjoy
actually
it.
had a lot of like star time, like where they were actually without their masks.
Hmm.
It would have been
So
cooler to see that. I wish they talked with their masks more, but like where it was obviously them under the mask, but
mhm.
whatever.
So they do little character beats in between all of these. I agree with you, Tanner. I think I kind of wanted to see, and I rarely ever say this, I kind of wanted to see more of Toby in his
Yeah.
suit. Like I feel like
they didn't show a lot of them.
all of
Always
the
him, like
shots,
swinging or something.
yeah, all the shots were moving with Toby in his suit. I just wanted like there's the shot where they all three pose, right? Like that's fucking cool as fuck.
Yeah.
But there was no like Toby was always moving besides that. Like I feel like Andrew stood still a lot of the times and you were like, "Oh, this is his suit, right?"
Yeah.
I don't know, and I
wish
don't
they
know
would've
why
had
that
them do
was.
like their specific things because like Toby likes to do his like cheesy ass quips or whatever. So it'd have been funny to see him do something like that and to
Yeah.
like see him talking with his mask. Like his face is like a very specific sculpt in that Spider-Man mask. So like to see him talk is like so funny and like it really makes you think about the first movies like with him
Mhm.
in it. And then if they would have had like Andrew do his like funny stuff because he's just a funny guy. So if they had
Mhm.
him doing that like stuff, but they kind of just all just became like neutral people when they
Mhm.
were Spider-Man. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. I kind of did struggle a little bit telling Andrew and Toby apart once things got going.
Yeah.
But they do the character beat with the Electro fight. First they handle Sandman, which was interesting because I didn't know if they got Thomas Hayden Church back, but they did. They got him back for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Like I
they
was
did.
wondering if they just did a character model of him. How did you feel about first of all, they play the theme when he saves Sandman?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Bro, that theme still fucking goes hard, bro. And I don't know what this shit is so fucking clean,
It's a
dude. How
really
did you
good
feel about the
nailed it.
interaction between him and
Nailed it,
Sandman at
bro.
the end?
I thought it was cool. I thought it was a good callback to Sam.
Say
I
something's
feel like it
cool
was
one
weird
more
because
fucking time, Tanner.
Sandman, it was weird. I feel like we got enough of Sandman in the third Spider-Man movie, and it was kind of weird that they brought him back in the first place because he didn't really. There was no motivation for him, and he kind of just switched to the villain's side for no reason, and then he like got cured, and he was like thanks Spider-Man again.
I know.
Like,
Wasn't he against Electro? I was confused because I was like, doesn't he want to go back? So why would he be helping Electro try and destroy the box?
yeah, so I was just confused.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't know.
And if
Maybe
you
he was
send
just
Sandman back, he doesn't even die. So he was probably just like, "Can we just press the fucking button? Like I'm fine." Like the only like everybody else is like fighting Spider-Man when they go back, but when they go back, like he's
Sandman's
good. He
like
needs to go take care of his daughter.
just want to go take care of his. What did you think about it, Aiden?
I think that this was the I said this a
The
couple minutes ago,
interaction
but I
between
think this.
Sandman and Toby.
I know. I'm saying. I think Sandman was objectively the worst part of the movie. I
Subjectively.
agree with subjectively. Sorry, objectively also works, doesn't it?
No, because objective is measurements. Like you have to, it has to be able to be measured. But art, when you're talking about film, everything's subjective because
Okay.
there's no way to measure somebody's
Subjectively,
feelings.
I think that Sandman is the worst part. Like I said, it doesn't his like consistencies. Why did he leave to go with Electro? Doesn't make sense. I mean, why didn't he stay and help Spider-Man? And then like he just says, "Bye, thanks." I think it's just weird.
So weird. I couldn't understand where they wanted to go with it. I was cool having him there though. Like, let's be honest.
I don't trust you. I don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll trust you.
And then next is Electro, and they take him out pretty quickly with the with Doc Ock. Did you guys how'd you feel about that, Aiden?
Great way to go in, great way to go out. I thought the joke at the end was worth it. I thought it was funny. I mean, I thought he just wants power. I mean, and that was his like main motivation, that he just wants fucking to be electricity and be strong.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't get it, so he's like, okay, well, if I lost, that's a wrap. I really thought you'd be black.
How about you? You, Tanner?
I think it was I was about to say funny.
I think it was cool.
I thought it was funny how Jamie Foxx was like, "Well, I tried," like, and it was just kind of like, yet again, we're still like totally glossing over the fact that Green Goblin killed fucking Aunt May, and also we're glossing over the fact that all of this happened because Peter was mad that his friends got denied by one college. His Aunt May would still be alive.
They didn't get into any of them.
Whatever, who cares? He didn't even try to talk to them.
No, bro, I disagree. I think it's May's. I think it's May's fault because she was the one who was like, "We can help these people. We should," and he was like, "No, bro, I'm gonna send them back," and she was like, "No, Peter."
I think Doctor Strange was just being like.
No, that's in character with May.
I just felt like this conflict was just weirdly like self-generated by. It was weird because this conflict wasn't attached to any other like MCU storyline.
Oh, you just like it wasn't motivated?
No, I thought it was motivated, but it didn't feel like it was motivated for a good reason. Like it didn't feel like the multiverse shouldn't have started right here because fucking Peter Parker like.
Yeah.
Like Doctor Strange, I think it was weird that they did this spell in the first place. Like I think it was like a really serious spell that caused really serious problems.
Interesting.
Like,
so you just don't buy that Doctor Strange would do it?
I feel like this whole thing could have been easily avoided.
I feel you. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
This problem is very specific to Doctor Strange allowing Peter to do this spell, and then Peter being stupid enough to talk so many times during the spell, and the fact that Doctor Strange didn't reinforce that if he kept talking, that the entire multiverse would open up, and he just doesn't say why Peter should shut up during the spell.
You're right. He just goes, "Stop talking."
Yes,
It's really good. What the fuck?
What, the Doctor Strange impression?
Yeah, that was a good impression.
It was actually really good.
It sounded exactly like it. What the fuck?
Yeah, but did you like? So you just thought the whole altercation was weird, even though you thought? Did you think it was cool at all, though?
What?
Like the Electro fight, any of it? Like the conflict?
I did think it was cool. I know I liked it.
You just don't necessarily know if it made sense how we got there.
Yeah.
Okay, I can definitely feel that. Then so after they save everybody, the main villain, Green Goblin, comes in and he grabs the box. Oh, first of all, Doctor Strange comes back. Sorry. Almost forgot about this. Doctor Strange comes back, and I'm gonna be honest, I was so happy to see him return because I thought he was gonna be in so much more of this movie. Like, bro has like 10 minutes. Like,
You're right.
he has like
Basically,
no,
all
like
the scenes from the trailer were in the movie.
literally, like
Mhm.
he has fucking 6 minutes, like less than like 5 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
and I
right.
was like, why? I was like, what the fuck? He's not in it at all.
It's
And
'cause
I'm
he's about
kind
to
of
have his own
surprised.
freaking movie, but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, he's on every poster. He's advertised as like the guy.
You're
You know what
right.
I'm
You're right.
saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
weird. I don't know. I just thought we'd see more of him. But then when he finally came back, I was like, thank God. But you know what I did notice? If you watch the movie the second time around, I noticed this. If you're watching it when he's going through the mirror dimension, he has a beard that goes up to like right here. When he comes back, like when they portal him in, his beard goes to right here. This motherfucker's shaved at the Grand Canyon.
I noticed that his goatee was weirder. Like, didn't like? Yeah, you're right. He was completely shaved.
Yeah, it was longer when he was fighting Peter, and then when he comes through the portal, it's back to normal. It's just like right here. It's so weird. I was like,
Yeah.
why did they do that? I don't know,
I
just
think
a
it was
little
just a mistake. Yeah. Maybe.
yeah. Anyway, then Green Goblin plants the bomb in the little thing, and it explodes it, and then the entire universe starts ripping into shreds. And
I
then
like how much smarter the Green Goblin is in this movie than he is in his own movie. Like I feel like in like the Sam Raimi movie, like Green Goblin just shows up and he doesn't have a fucking plan at all. He just starts like shooting people and throwing bombs everywhere. But in this movie, he like comes in with a fucking plan. Like he
Tanner,
jacks the box, plants it. What?
yeah, I agree with you. By the way, I like that too. Can you say the director of Spider-Man one again, like the first Spider-Man? What's his name?
Did I say
Mhm.
Rami?
Say it
Sam
again.
Raimi.
You said Sam Raimi
I
twice,
don't know why I said Rami.
and I
I was thinking of Rami Malek.
You really have.
I thought it was a mistake the first time, and then you did it again, and I was like, wait. A
I did it twice.
minute.
Oh God. Sam Robbie Malik. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Sam Raimi,
No,
yeah,
I completely agree with you. This motherfucker's ingenious. Like he's
Yeah.
he's like I'm gonna plant this fucking thing, and he's like sneaking. He's like I've been watching behind Norman's eyes this entire time.
And
And
he's so scary, yeah, he's out of nowhere.
he's fucking crazy. Then this fight ensues between Goblin and Peter, where Peter's like, I wanted to kill you myself. Aidan, how did you feel about this fight, bro?
Honestly, this fight was like low key cool as shit. Cause like it shows like I don't know. This is the most confusing part to me because we should get to see Peter beating the shit like he
Oh, wait,
beats the
wait,
shit
wait.
out of.
I'm sorry. Let's take a pause on this fight. I forgot to mention one thing, and I know it's backtracking a little bit. I'm sorry. We need to talk about Andrew catching MJ.
Okay,
Oh my
yeah,
god,
yeah,
we
can't
do,
miss that, we
bro!
can't miss that.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm like,
Honestly, one of my, if not one of my favorite parts of the movie, if not one of my favorites.
yeah.
I just think it's.
One of my favorite parts of the movie, if not one of my favorites.
Shut up, you know what I mean? Shut up.
There was no option. It's only one of your favorite parts. No, bro.
So
This shit-
good, bro. He
where he catches her?
Oh my god!
Oh my god, dude.
They mess up a lot with his character arcs in his own movies, but this is like that was like a perfect moment for his.
Well, the
character.
thing with it is, right, is I was like, okay, Tom didn't catch her, Andrew's gonna catch her, it's gonna be like a cheap gimmick. I was like, this is gonna be fucking stupid. Like, oh haha. It's like when Han gets his blaster in Solo. Like that's what I would compare it to, right? Where it's like, oh, like
Yeah.
that's how he got the blaster, like check off, you know what I'm saying? But what they did that I didn't expect is he catches her and you can tell like that's all he was thinking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's fucking
it fucked him up.
killing him. And he's like, are you okay? And he's like trying not to cry, bro. I'm telling you, bro, he was going for the academy, bro. He was
He
performing
fucking
for the
acts his
Oscars.
shit off.
He acts
Yeah.
the shit out of this, and I was just I don't get it. Like he acted the. What did you guys think? What did you think, Tim?
But also just like the way that like also like the dramatic irony that like we know what like this means to him in that moment, and then like MJ like has no idea, like she's just like
And
she
just
just
like
got caught, and also the way that like they land, like he lands like straight just standing, like it like it happens like really like a lot of things have like an impact in this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the way that they're like the way that the camera like
yeah.
shook when he like hit the ground. Like I don't know, like it just prepared you. It just told you that this was like a big moment.
I really liked it because bro was not taking any chances. Like in his movie, he webs Gwen. In this one, he was like, "No, I'm fucking catching her," and he like,
yeah.
he like grabs her and like pulls her. It's like the motherfucker learned. What did you think, Aiden?
It's just like a perfect fucking moment. On like I agree with Tanner. It's like a perfect moment for his character. He does it, and then you can see like this look of how fuck I could do it. Like I didn't fuck it up this time, fucking quote unquote, but you know what I mean.
He's like, "Are you okay,
Um,
bro?" It's just like whole, like you just can tell it's killing him.
Like you can tell it fucks him up because
Yeah.
like that's like in his universe, like it's probably his biggest fucking fear catching people like that.
Or when he like when he realizes she's falling and Tom gets out of the way, like right before he jumps, he goes, "No!" Like he like yells, "No!"
He says,
Yeah.
so I'm not letting this shit happen again.
No, I thought it was excellent. I thought it was really, and it could so easily be some cheap gimmick. And I really thought it was really, really well done. But yeah, back to what you were saying about the
It helps
Goblin.
that Andrew Garfield is an amazing
Oh
actor.
yeah, no, he's like,
Because
Fantastic
literally,
fucking actor. Like
could easily be
literally
one of the
Academy
best upcoming.
level.
Yeah, one of the best upcoming actors we have.
Yeah, no, one of the best here actors. He's here, bro. He's won an Oscar.
Has he?
Yeah.
For what?
What is that movie where he lifts the? Isn't it the one where he lifts the metal bar?
That's unbreakable.
No,
He's
that's
not in
that's
that.
yeah,
You're
that's
thinking of
unbreakable.
Hacksaw
That is
Ridge.
not in that. He is not in the movie. You're talking about Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw
Hacksaw
Ridge.
Ridge is
Yeah.
that is
Sorry,
that
they
is
came out around the
Unbroken.
same time, and
It's
like,
Unbroken,
they
by the way,
look
Tanner,
the
not
exact same.
Unbreakable.
Oh, I said unbreakable. My bad.
Unbreakable's the one with Unbreakable's the one with
Yeah. We know.
M. Night
Bruce Willis.
Shyamalan and
Bruce Willis,
what's his, Bruce Willis. Yeah, let's
Uh,
find somebody to play with, shall we? Okay. What was I
God, Green
thinking?
Goblin's just an evil
Yeah.
ass motherfucker. I'll
Go
continue
ahead,
this.
talk about the
He's
fight.
first off, he's just a fucking evil ass dude. Like throughout the movie, he's just a menace. Like literally, like just a fucking evil fucking dude. And like I was saying, fucking Peter. The most surprising part to me, Peter's beating the fuck out of him. He hits him like so fucking hard. He beats the shit out of him, and then Green Goblin looks up, not a scratch on him, bro. Not a cut, not a bruise, nothing wrong with him, bro. Looks up clean faced. I don't know, man. He's a tank in this movie.
No, dude, he when he gets on the glider right after he's killed May, and then he's got the bomb in his hand, and he turns around like, and he's like, you know, no, I thought the end fight was great. What did you think, Tanner?
I thought it was really cool because I mean I thought it was
Shut the fuck up.
yeah, I mean he was beating the shit out of Green Goblin. I thought it'd been cooler if the Green Goblin, because the kind of whole thing was like Peter was doing the same things to the Green Goblin that the Green Goblin was doing to him like the first time they fought, you know? Like Peter does the same like slam or whatever to the Green Goblin, but I felt like it still was like rushed really quickly.
You just felt it was rushed?
I didn't feel like it was rushed. I felt like it was just like they were like stuck on this little piece in the middle of the ocean, and the Green Goblin doesn't even try and fight at all. Like he just like Peter just starts like beating him up, but it was kind of
angry,
like,
bro.
Like he tries.
Well, I mean, that's real with everyone. If like Spider-Man goes like hard with like the intent to kill on anyone, he's gonna kill him.
but I don't
Like, and I truly
felt it was too easy.
believe that.
no, I liked it. I really don't know. I liked it.
Did Aiden just beat you into submission? Like what?
No. It's just like when I see like Spider-Man 1 when Tobey Maguire's like fighting him in that like little like castle, whatever the fuck they're fighting in. At the end, bro, that construction medieval cathedral that they're breaking.
Which, by the
down.
way, this whole fight was definitely an homage to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think it's in that movie. It's cool to see the Green Goblin beating the shit out of Spider-Man, and Spider-Man overcome that in the middle of the fight, and then start like catching Green Goblin's punches and like
Mhm.
turning it back on him. But then in this movie, it was kind of just like we saw one scene where the Green Goblin beat the shit out of Spider-Man, and then the next scene we saw Spider-Man beat the shit out of Green Goblin. Like we didn't see them both fight each other at separate times, and then like see
I-
it wasn't like a battle of who was better. Like it was just like
Yeah.
he was better here, and then he was better here.
Kickassery.
You know what I mean?
I think the difference is because do you know the part in in Spider-Man 1 with Toby where Green Goblin says something like, and then I'm gonna peel the skin off her bones, and he's talking about
Oh.
MJ?
Yeah, are you talking about the scene where he's like somebody
And he's
gives a
like-
girlfriend? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, and like they it's a close up of Toby, and he's like
Yes.
about to fucking lose his mind.
Yes.
Tom starts this fight like that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
you're right.
so that's why Tom just absolutely fucking clocks him, because from that point in that Toby movie, like Toby just destroys Green Goblin.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, no, I
I
agree.
can see that.
Well, I do wish the struggle was more internal. It was like it wasn't like man versus man. It was more like man versus Tom's like not killing him.
Yeah, and I really like. I don't know if this is like your next plot point, but I really liked when Toby caught the
Yeah,
glider from Tom.
yeah. Did you think he was gonna die when he got stabbed?
Yeah, but also I was kind of mad that they stabbed him if it didn't have any consequence in the first place. But whatever. I don't like how they like threatened that he was gonna die, and then he just was like not gonna die.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just a
that
cop out.
was weird.
And he
that
goes,
was
he goes,
weird.
"Oh, I'm fine. I've been stabbed before."
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
China, I guess is
Yeah.
true, but
You know what I thought was interesting? The where like I think when Andrew throws him the serum and then he catches it and just like Tom just fucking like stabs it right in his neck. I was like, oh my God. I don't know how you guys felt
like, what if
about that.
What if Andrew threw him a knife? Like, he'd be dead.
Where's the kitchen knife go? Oh no.
Also, for whatever reason, Andrew chucks the fuck out of that fucking serum, dude. I don't know, like rewatching it again, Andrew throws that bitch so
No, he does.
fucking hard.
He does, and then Tom go after Tom catches it, he goes, nice throw. And Andrew goes, nice catch.
It's the other way around, but that's okay.
Yeah, whatever. Who fucking cares?
No, but I was actually gonna go back to when Toby catches the glider or whatever.
No, we're moving on.
No. I think there's a lot of like I think like we said that I feel like he's missing a lot of lines in this movie. Like I feel like he could have had more like speaking parts. But like that was one of those moments where I think it was like paying like tribute to like his movies, like because he was making like that it was like the exact same moment in Spider-Man 2 when he catches the building and he's like looking at Mary
MJ.
Jane. You know what I'm talking about? Which is weird because like that doesn't like
It's very
it doesn't
heavy.
like co-align with this moment at all, but they just
Mhm.
did it. I don't know, it was weird. But you could I felt like it was very obvious that they were like throwing back to that.
Can I be honest? When he catches the glider, I feel like Toby's acting like really came through. Because he's
Yeah.
like looking at him and you can tell Toby's like telling him this isn't like he like says it all with his eyes. He's like,
Yeah.
don't do
you're
this. Yeah, he's like I don't know, like watching it a second time, I was like, oh my God, like Toby's acting the shit out of this right now. I don't know. I
Also,
thought
are we gonna talk about how Toby was able to stop Tom from throwing a glider, probably at a pretty high speed? So you think Tobey Maguire might be stronger than Tom Holland?
No.
Because you're
I think
that means you're assuming that is when Toby caught it, Tom was still going full strength trying to kill Toby too.
I mean, I just don't know, man. I mean, Tobey Maguire beat Green Goblin in his first movie.
It brought
And
Toby to
Tom-
his knees.
Nah, Tobey Maguire beat him in the end, though. Pretty
And Toby didn't beat Goblin. Goblin beat himself.
because of how fast Toby's reflexes were.
Oh, fuck me. Okay,
Did you
so
see
then
Craven this time, Dylan?
yeah, I did. And so then they do Peter's sacrifice, where he has to he tells everyone basically you're gonna forget who I am.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about all of that?
Sad as shit, man. So sad.
Did you
He's
cry?
fucking alone as shit.
Did
I
you
didn't
cry?
cry, but
I didn't cry, but it's fucking sad, bro.
Yeah. How did you feel about it, Tanner?
Yeah, I thought it was sad. But it was kind of just weird because it was exactly what would have happened at the beginning of the movie if they went the other route.
You know what I think is funny? I really thought you were about to say, yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
That's just hilarious.
No,
Yeah,
but it's
what
like,
do you mean by that? What do you mean by that,
like
Tanner?
it was like Doctor Strange. Like there was like the red
What do you
pill
mean by it?
where Peter. I'm not gonna. I don't remember whatever pills, but Peter could either choose to have everybody forget him and he would have to deal with his life like that, or he could do this spell and reverse everything or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like I feel like he went down one path, and then Aunt May died, everything got fucked up, and he's like, okay, well now let's try this path where everybody forgets about me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I just
you're
felt
right.
like it was-
But this time he doesn't omit anyone. And
You're
and
right.
the first time watching it, I was like, why doesn't he just omit MJ and Ned? And then I realized it's because it's like if one person knows he's Peter Parker, then like they're all coming.
Yeah.
I feel like now, yeah, I feel like he learned a lesson. He learned an important lesson through that of like not being selfish, and like I think he learned that like
It's the whole great power thing. Like he has to give up everything so that he can like give everything.
exactly. And it's kind of it's almost like the ending of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1,
Dude,
where
what is wrong with you, Tanner?
He did it purposefully that
that
time.
was a joke, Dylan.
Okay.
That time it was purposely. I don't know how you didn't pick up on that, bro. He literally
Because the
enunciated
dude
so
did it.
hard. He said like in Sam Raimi.
Because the dude's cadence was the same way he did it the other two times. I was like,
No, but like at the end of that Spider-Man 1, it's like Tobey Maguire's like, wow, I really can't do shit. I have to sacrifice everything I like to be Spider-Man. That's kind of the lesson that Tom learns at the end of this movie.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's the whole, and I love how he goes into the coffee shop and he's about to tell her, and then she moves her hair, and he sees the Band-Aid, and he's like, it's really not worth hurting them.
Yeah, it's gonna get people hurt. It already
Yeah.
got his aunt killed and MJ hurt, so it's like he
Yeah.
doesn't want to hurt any more people.
Yeah.
So fucking sad though. Do you think they'll meet up again? Do you think
Yeah.
MJ's done? MJ and
No,
Ned are done?
I
or do you
think
they'll-
maybe Ned, but I think I think it's going to be completely different because MIT's in Boston and he's in New York.
Yeah.
So, but maybe I don't know. I mean, what did you
Sad
think?
as fuck though.
What did you think about? Let's talk about this last scene with Happy, which honestly I felt was the saddest part of it all. Because Happy's
Fuck
been there.
Happy.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on then. I
No,
I
but
thought
I
this was devastating, bro. When he looks at Happy and he's like, "Well, I was a friend of hers through Spider-Man," and he was like, "Yeah, me too." And like, bro, everyone remembers Spider-Man. They just don't remember Peter.
yeah.
That's fucking crazy to me. I don't know. It's like he died. It's basically like he died.
Which also begs the question of does MJ remember swinging with Spider-Man?
Maybe she thinks that's how she got hurt. I don't know. It's weird.
You know what's weird is that this kind of sets Peter back to exactly where he was before Civil War.
A little bit, but not really, because I think
Because nobody knew who he was. Nobody knew who Spider-Man was. Like Spider-Man
yeah.
and
that's what you mean.
Spider-Man and Peter Parker were completely two separate people. Now MJ doesn't know who he is. Ned doesn't know who he is.
Man is alone.
His aunt is dead.
Yeah.
Shield doesn't know who he is. Or
I
at
think
least
it's by
Happy.
design, though. I think it's because they want to like clean slate. Because if they don't sign another deal with Marvel, do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that way they can just like Sony can leave, or Marvel they can stay. Like it's like because he can stay in that universe, and then they can just be like, well, nobody knows who he is anyway, so they can just introduce their new characters, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. It's crazy though. But the ending, the scene where he makes a new suit, and we don't really.
That new suit looks so fucking sick. First of all,
So fucking clean, dude.
The way
I
the
think it's
blue,
my
like, is
favorite suit.
shining, dude. It looks nice.
I
So fucking
don't know
clean.
how you guys saw it.
You're just blind, dude.
Like I don't even know what the spider emblem looks like. Like I was like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
That blue
true.
is.
This- all I cared about was the blue. The blue looks so cool.
Dude, the blue was shimmering, bro. It looked like a fucking mermaid going off into the distance, bro. Shit looks so pretty.
It just looked like really comic book like accurate. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty much just the
was
comic book
comic
one.
accurate. I don't know. I wanted to see it. I wanted to be like, okay, give us the post shot, but I guess they're leaving
That's
you
true.
wanting more
That's
because
true.
now I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see him in the other shit, so that way I can see what the suit looks like. And I also love that it's fabric because now it can be like blown apart like Toby's.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he can have like the scratches and shit in his suit, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so fucking excited for that.
Dang, do you think
Yeah.
he's gonna go like no technology, like super just base?
I
Like,
think the only tech
think he's
he
gonna-
has in that new suit is his eyes.
okay.
And then I think he's gonna have to build his own like tech. They're gonna show off him building his own tech because he can't do anything with Stark because then
Then
people
it'll
would know.
It'll clue everybody into who he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to that he works with. Yeah, it'll be. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. But are you guys? Do you guys have a favorite part?
Oh,
Definitely Andrew catching MJ,
Yeah.
or at least Andrew coming out because that scene is so hype.
What about you, Tanner?
before I talk about my favorite part, can I talk about how annoying it was that they didn't have like a way better moment between Flash Thompson finding out that Peter Parker was Spider-Man? Like they really wasted that.
Were you invested in that story?
Yes, I thought it was.
Man,
so
I know you saw
funny.
that one Instagram post or that one TikTok where I was like, wouldn't it be so funny if Flash Thompson got a tattoo of Spider-Man and he figured out Peter Parker is Spider-Man and then he was like, oh no.
What are you
That
talking
sounds
about?
like it would be better than what they did in this movie, dude. Like, I don't know.
It didn't really bother me. I didn't really think about it. What was your favorite part, though, Tanner?
The only part I can think about is Andrew catching MJ. Really,
That comes to mind.
That's so clean.
I think there's definitely another part that I really like. The part where, like, right after Aunt May dies and he's like watching the Daily Bugle thing. I think that's
That shot
really
is really fucking cool.
Yeah, I think my favorite part is also him catching MJ,
There's such a good scene, man.
or the part where or the entire last scene with him and Goblin. Like that whole fight is just brutal.
Your favorite scene isn't Matt?
Oh, what am I talking about? What am I talking?
Yeah.
What am I talking about? You're so right. What the fuck? I was just bold-faced lying. No, Charlie Cox coming back in the fucking catching the brick thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like I was in shambles. Like that was the biggest pop for me. That was the most I yelled, the most I freaked out. Like it happens in the first 5 minutes. Like that shit was crazy. I loved that. I thought it was excellent. Let's talk about these post-credit scenes. I don't think we're really gonna talk much about
Venom?
the second one.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a trailer. So I mean, like, are you guys excited for Multiverse of Madness?
Sure.
Yeah. So like, I mean,
Sure.
what are we gonna talk
I gotta
about
watch Loki first.
Like, we're not gonna do a trailer breakdown for, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do a trailer breakdown. But for the post-credit scene of Venom, it's kind of stupid. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it is the way that it seems to bring Venom into the universe. Are you guys excited to see Spider-Man and Venom? That's clearly the next movie.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited to see Black Suit Tom Holland.
Dude, that's literally exactly what I'm thinking. I'm so
But it's
excited
kind
for
of-
that
I
shit.
don't know. Like, it's kind of annoying because like I feel like he's gonna have like his own personal little like Venom like thing talk to him, or is he just gonna be complete? Is it just gonna be completely like him Black Suit like just being evil? Like, is he gonna have like a little freaking symbiote talking to him? You think or?
I don't know, man, but I'm so fucking excited. Another thing I wanted to ask though, like I just want it to be exactly what it is in the comics, like full black and they got the white.
Exactly, bro. He would look so sick.
Do you guys think that Eddie Brock is going to come back and get
hope
that little
so.
piece? Because, well, Aidan, I don't want to spoil Venom Let There Be Carnage, but what happens in the comics? Are you okay if I give a minor spoiler for Venom Let There Be Carnage, Aidan?
I've seen it, Dylan.
Okay. When like the little part breaks off of Venom and that becomes Carnage, do you guys think it's going to be like Venom might come back for that little piece or in some way, or do you think it's Venom's that was only there to get Venom the symbiote into the MCU and he's not coming back? There's another Eddie Brock.
I think it was just for the symbiote. I think they're gonna do something different.
What do you think, Tanner?
Yeah, now that you actually don't, now that you say that makes so much sense to me that they're probably just gonna keep Sony separate from MCU, and then Venom's gonna go back to his own universe, and I think the symbiote's gonna stay, and I think they're gonna have their own like Eddie Brock Venom thing happen in.
Topher Grace.
I hope so, honestly.
I like being bad.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, something's gonna happen.
Please.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Tom
Please
Hardy's coming back.
kills Peter Parker.
I wouldn't like it if Tom Hardy came back. Honestly, I don't think their chemistry.
It's so weird. They feel like a different universe, and I don't know.
Take
It's
the
like
symbiote here and let them do something with the symbiote in this universe completely separate from Venom.
it's like maybe he won't, maybe he will. I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't really make sense because if Venom was a part of that universe, like a part of a separate universe, wouldn't he disappear? I don't know. Maybe they'll do Venom, and it's like he's like in the Tobey Maguire universe. I don't know because all the Daily Bugle stuff. But in the Venom Spider-Man versus Venom, do you think they will introduce Miles? Will that be the first movie that Miles shows up, or is Miles going to be his own thing to tackle in another film in Spider-Man versus?
I think they're gonna do Miles' own. Because if they do Venom, Peter and Miles versus Venom, then that's straight up Spider-Man 2.
I mean, that's fine though. I mean, you could do a different riff on that story.
Yeah, I guess, but still.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, what do you think, Tanner?
Yeah, I don't think Miles is going to be a part of live action in the next Spider-Man movie that comes out. Maybe in like a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of set it up a little bit with that Jamie Foxx talking to, was it Andrew Garfield that he was talking to when he said that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe they might do something with that, but I think like Spider-Verse has their own thing going on with Miles Morales right now, so I don't
I agree.
mess around with live action right now.
I think he'll probably be in the one after. Like they'll do Spider-Man versus Venom, and then we'll get to that one.
With all the stuff they're dealing with like after Loki and Multiverse of Madness.
You didn't spoil anything.
Yeah, I mean, like just after Multiverse of Madness is gonna come out, like just seeing what's happening. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna have time to do like small stuff like that for Spider-Man's world. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe even he shows up in the Fantastic Four or something. But Aidan, where can people reach out and find you on social media?
Bilbo Swagger 69 on Instagram, and also Seclusive and Personal on Twitter.
Okay. What about you, Tanner?
Just my name, like it says right there, Tanner Pieper on Instagram, if you want.
Okay. And that's going to do it for our show. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe. It really, really helps us out. And add me on Instagram at Dylan Reviews. We're all appreciative of you listening. And we hope to have you back when we talk about Marvel Studios' Hawkeye here in the next couple of days. Like I said, thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you next time.